of individual players that had a lot of experience last year already, right? On YFP, Intergalactic, busy at work. So last year, spread through America Stage 1 and 2. They were all over the place. They did gain experience.
For sure. I mean, you just said it perfectly. It's like a team made of duos. You have 2 coming from YFP, you have 2 coming from busy at work, and those teams did struggle in the stages, but they have the pro experience at the very least. Not to mention, probably one of my favorite duos of as of late, especially in the MRC world, was Iffy and Tones. Tones is a disgusting rogue, can play just absolutely top level for the Southern Brawler. And so for me at least, Vicky, I was always highlighting that Vanguard lineup. And so to see them clash against Pauly and Spark Chief, we're going to see sparks fly.
Oh, this is going to be insane. Like, I feel like that's been the topic, right? Like the Vanguards and the flexibility and what we could see depending on how that pick and ban phase plays out. And we are moving over to Krakoa, our first domination map of our 4th series of the day.
Been interesting. I wonder how Lunex is going to approach that. I mean, we heard it earlier, right, from Cafe Rose, like, no pressure, being the underdog, actually the perfect place to be. They thrive in those situations. Do you feel like it's going to be the same for the Lunex players?
For sure. I mean, listen, when you have nothing to lose, go out there and just have a good time. Like, if you already said you're going to lose, why even show up? No, you show up because of what we just saw from Cafe Rose, right?
Are you up to date?
When your back's against the wall, you have just
happened.
enough support to come out swinging. And that's why I love underdog stories. Now,
I
said I would keep your headphones if Cafe Rose won. Well, I don't even know what to offer at this point with Liquid because they're so stacked. But Lunex, go out there, be the team that we've continued to see them to be. And again, anything can happen, especially... is always starting out in domination.
New York Lover, Jesse, Palpao.
Yeah, this is going to be
Servant,
another battle
Diet
for our underdogs. A great first look at this super team. Our expectation for this team, though, are extremely high. So that can, of course, also add some pressure on.
Gotta watch the Sin match. It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, I agree too. Because you talk about like players that have already had experience. They understand what it is
to
be under pressure.
Someone tell me when we get draft
matchup. It's pretty rough, but it's also a statement maker, right?
It
is
also,
2 out of 3. So
like again, the pick and ban phase, like they identified the
better. They focus. Cozy. They want to get the.
Yo, why did I just get raided by 3 people at once? What the fuck? Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. Oh shit. Thanks for the raids, boys.
A damage boost to help enable Yusher and Rymazing.
Here from Poncho raid. What's up, Poncho?
Yeah, with the Mantis save and pick like that because we said
body.
I saw like a little bit of map 1.
Team.
Light, follow me back right now. Okay, I don't usually take demands like that, but you did raid me, so I got you, bro.
We're not having Adam. First of all, he's used to it. All right, the man is used to this guy being banned, and even when Adam was out of the meta, was able to flex over, play plenty of Sue. So that's what we're going to see here. Yusher, this is where we've got to see kind of the battle of Yusher versus Mello. You've got a lot of poke points here, and we're going to see who can get the best of these sight lines. Because if Yusher is able to get those important picks early, I believe with the triple strat, they can handle what Daze will bring in. Daze being this.
Oh, we're already in draft. Okay, never mind.
They're not going to be able to. It's bad. Never mind.
All right, remember when we heard in some of our interviews, right? Like, they also being that problem. Well, guess what? Lunex being on the other side will be able to protect that for themselves, whereas Citadel will not be able to roll out with
Joe,
that.
be your 10th follower, bro. There you
go. They don't want to damage Busa Elsil to just get away with whatever she can get away with from the high ground, especially since we are going to Krakoa. So you have a lot more of that high to low ground disparity, a lot of different off angles. Seeing what this next protect is going to be, the first protect for Liquid Citadel is going to be
top banned character.
So that's definitely the one upper hand here that you have a much more flexibility in running. If you want to do Gambit, Rogue, Magneto, what are you going to ban next? Because you kind of force the rock, paper, scissors of, okay, we see Gambit. Do we want to ban out the Rogue or Magneto? Or Star-Lord?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's a great point. I think Star-Lord and or Loki should be the next. Probably Loki to be the next up. It has to be the priority ban here for them, and they can get away with Star-Lord later on. Having the Elsa, though, I said that would be a big ticket for them with Regis that they can follow. So Loki's going to be banned. You just cannot, I mean, it would just be over before it started, right? You can't give double the fold against that team. So we'll see that get banned out as I'm completely out of my mind, and it goes to Rogue. Okay, well, at this point, you save Star-Lord, you save Loki. This is already interesting. Okay,
Sin is not second seed, Mike. They're like third, fourth. I think they're worse than 100 Thieves.
The Daredevil is saved. Okay, well, remember,
Sin versus Energy is a toss-up between third and fourth,
the
I think.
Daredevil has been let out way too many times within this first
and then it's
day of
looking
Americas
like Fly,
as they
Cafe
over
Rose
the
are 5-6.
Okay, well, that means that at least from the other side, you still have the Gambit. It looks like maybe here, rather from Liquid Citadel, they have the Gambit saved here, but they had to use up that one mana on the Rogue, which means you only have so much to work with before we see this last protect for the Lunex.
No, this is saying, hey, we know how good Paulie and Spark Chief are, and we have to attack their best of the best. I mean, obviously, the cap is all there for Paulie. I always want to see it. It's like Kurova's Adam. Like, I'm dying to see it. We never get to see it. And so we're seeing a lot of target player-specific bans on that team. That's why it's a bit out of the norm. But then what you do is you open up any option for this team, and look how perfectly open the dive is. Energy on the Star-Lord with the Gambit, paired up with Speedery on the Devil. Venom in the animated glory coming from Spark Chief. It's gonna. Paulie's like the only one that probably not getting to play what he wants to here, because if they had cap, it would be it.
That's why you see him going over to the Magneto. If they're going to be able to rock out on the Gambit, Nero, Cooper wondering, okay, do you just want to swap? And then I'll be able to take the Gambit instead. Leaning into this win condition, Spark Chief and Energy are going to be a huge problem. Then you add into the extra damage that Paulie's about to do thanks to the team up, as doesn't even look like that's what they're going to be leaning into. I'm wondering, they want to get that Strat Ultimate online very quickly, rotate through that, and they could even make the swap if they wanted to. Okay, no, that's not what we're going to be leaning into. Instead, we got the Loki available with the Rage and Royal Flush double combo.
Yeah, two things to look out for you Lunex, right? It's going to be the dive on Silent Blaze and keeping up and getting the 2-for-1 and trying to get out the res before it can happen. And then the other is going to be on Ritas and all that pressure. He's got to really bring a lot if it's going to give this team any bit of a chance. We've seen an upset today to kick off the day. We're in the fourth match. Gates are open. The Hellfire Gala getting ready as we speak, as we find ourselves in Krakoa, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
My first personal favorite maps, Cozy, as we get things set up. Another diverse look at a lot of our beautiful maps within Marvel Rivals. But it was the portal play already from Tico to get Lunex set up first. I do like this, but Spark Chief being a little displaced notices, okay, they wanted to contest us on the bridge. Now they're already on the point with the aggression in terms of the positioning. You can currently see Iffy too, just lingering up on top, has a lot more of those pillars to work around.
Yeah, Cooper, one of the best strategists, if not the best in this game right now. It's just so fun to watch what they can do on the hero of Loki. Now, probably going to be the first to fall. That's going to be a big pick early now. To set up the success against this heavy dive that will come. Tones trying to find their first target against Energy there as Star-Lord. Logan keeping the team up and healthy from a distance. Both of the strategists not getting hit at all. Safe and ready.
They're not playing
goes down.
They're playing,
and there it is. Lunex is going to get the first cap like we all expected, like we all wrote down.
I can't wait to see how everyone's predictions are looking, by the way, by the end of today. It's also a little statement maker to open up our first day here. Logan being able to get that first pick too. Also before they were able to get that follow-up.
Yeah, why is Lunex on Turbo? Probably because they TP'd,
with Logan getting closer to that invisible boundary, whereas Cooper had tried to get that copy before after making that swap up. And now is sticking to that Loki and Gambit still here, looking like he's already close to 80% on that God of Mischief.
Yeah, only 20% and up, right? So they can push in quickly with this comp. Spark Chief going to the Groot. To change some things up here. Now quickly, as you have the Speedery diving in, will he have his team join him? Nothing yet. Gonna allow the other team to get things sucked up. This is a huge bar shot, finding one, now two. That's gonna be a quick into Speedery. And it's gonna be Paulie finding himself out of this as the Gambit ult goes on live from Cooper. And just like that, able to flip the monster on its heels, Vic.
And he double jumped all the way to the top before finding that dive onto the back line. Just a Magneto with his extra shoes really tied up. And Yamamoto comes in by
Every game has been a 2-0.
Huge! Needs the follow-up though.
For EMEA
and has a Rage and Royal Flush.
Spoil,
but going to be able to actually help them out from the back line. But then you have a huge anti onto Tico and Iffy. They're forced to back away. It's Logan who's the first to get called out. Lunex is trying to play this very spread out, but it is Liquid Citadel who have way more bodies here. Nice trades, but Silent Blaze is still alive from Lunex.
The fact that they have the point is the only good thing going for them right now for Liquid, because if they didn't have the point here and they did all the resources they had, it was going to be really rough, sledding to just kept this sustain fest on. Vic, that's what gave this fight in this map a chance for them as they continue to push on now as the time ticks up. The Devils let up on Speedery. He continues to find success. Energy going to capitalize with it, and there it is, yet another stagger. So if you are Lunex, reset fully here.
This is awkward.
Come back together. The point is, at this point, lost. Get back together and don't let any more staggers happen, but they can't get away. Tones goes down as well, and now another.
Yeah, that's that's Elsa though, so you have zero chance of ever beating him. Daredevil is the strongest melee DPS in the game. It's not even close, and he has like a 20% chance to beat Elsa in a fight, by the way.
Lunex though have to look to utilize Ritas and
a gun
that
character
Predator as well
in close range.
Got that Heaven's Retribution to follow up as a wombo combo.
Absolutely. Now, as they
Classic
have
netties.
fully reset, Cooper on the Loki
shooting
is a
POV tomorrow,
problem.
yeah.
I do report absolutely putting the god in the god of mischief here. Energy ready to throw down the in song as well, hunting the Angela in the sky as if he's trying to escape, and there it is to hold them in full.
Oh
But
my.
Cooper goes out, the full aggression goes. He's trying to hunt and pray. Vicky, can he find one success? They're pushing him back to spawn.
Oh, they find Tico at least. I was gonna say that was like a 5-man anti right there that we saw from Nero. No follow-up
Have you
until the
and your team
very
played
end
that?
to
No, we played
find
it.
a Doctor Strange. Heaven's Retribution though from the back end.
Oh, crap.
Are we gonna
That's
see a
not looking
follow-up
good.
here as Energy takes to the sky with a quick reset just to make sure they see where everyone from Lunix is coming. But with Iffy not having any
Cloak bad
follow-up,
in
and
pro
now they're
play?
just staggering
No.
even more overtime ticking away in favor for Liquid Citadel as Speedery finds not one but two.
A little bumpy start at first, but things starting to click now. Radius is going to get energy out of here. Iffy going to fall. They do have Tico with the portal, but not going to be enough time to get things rolling for the team. Vic, yeah, I got to just say, when they got the point cap back, when they started throwing all the ults out at once and the Q explosions happened, that's really what allowed them to keep the momentum on. And then, as we know, the
Other
stagger
supports
fest
just
happened.
better, Jason. That's why.
Yeah, and they kept trying to force it, right? We saw Lunex just keep trying to stagger back in and out, and it was unfortunate. You called it, they had to reset a lot earlier before trying to force more of these just raw staggered ultimates too, when Liquid Citadel already had control over the point.
And listen, I'm just going to say, outside of Necrorize and what we saw them do in Angela, right now, the Angela's not working. We saw it with Sentinels. We're back over here. Let's see if we can probably pull something else out. If he did play a lot of Angela in the MRC as well. I do like what Lunex has, though.
Yeah, we lost played.
Vanguard Deadpool.
No,
That's
we
where
play
they
them
have
tomorrow,
a little bit
bro.
of
At the
their
same time.
advantage, if you will, against them alongside that Elsa. The Glartrox is ready to go and roll out.
How did
Yeah,
Gambit
dealing-
Loki make it
I
past
mean,
bans?
we said right away, Vicky. We were like, okay, they gotta ban the Loki here.
Well,
How many times
people
did
are
the
allowing
double
Gambit through
Raging
now
Royal Flush get them out of
because
problems?
they don't
I mean,
think it's as strong
twice
anymore.
I can count at least in that last hit.
And there are
it's
other
like
characters
breaking your
that are
neck having to
stronger
look up
than.
at Polly just like staggering down
Like,
on
they
your
banned
head
Rogue
with just
because
regular
Rogue Gambit
maximum
is better
damage
than Loki
output,
Gambit
too,
now
with
with
the
the
team
ult
up that you have
changes.
to worry about from Nero, who's about to
And
have
then
the
they
Raging Royal
banned
Flush, by the way. Seeing how Logan's gonna be
Cap
trying to
from
survive
Polly, 'cause
with the
it's
invisible
Polly on
boundaries,
Cap.
they may need to back away, but Silent Blaze also has a good amount of that damage
So on,
output with
so
the C
forth,
available.
but,
Raging Royal Flush
you know.
is gonna come out first, forcing Nero to back away though, because there's another portal play to block out his
I'm not
entrance.
saying it's good. I'm just
Well,
explaining.
here
you know.
comes all the Qs at once. Grab charge, begging for life now as the dash up goes. Logan trying to keep his team alive from the back end. And just like that, Clark's just going to go in and throw down the group hug, and the big purple meteor lands up, down, Polly throws, and Redis is the one that finds from the ult of
They
the
first
Glartrox.
protected him, Mike.
Both strategists fed right to the monster.
Noah's looking at Redis because Redis is getting away with all this damage output from the sidelines. Yes, you were able to clear up your backside. Polly was in Timbuktu and now sees that the rest of the team is gone. So it's going to be a nice reset here from Liquid, but a better takeover from Lunix to finally take the point first.
Yeah, quite literally using the advantages we just pointed out to their advantage in that fight. And they burnt an ult, right? So they were able to get through Nero's first wave. Cooper's going to become...
Yeah, this is
shortly
after Elsa's been
But now
nerfed
they
like
can set up,
7
and I think
times, by the
this
way, right?
Team comp for Lunex
Like this
is
version
a
of
bit better
Elsa?
here once that point's already capped. Like, they have a lot of sustain that they can roll with. Tico going to go with the Agamotto early. Hit one that I liked earlier, one I wish they had back, and here's the Devil being let out shortly from Speedery, and here it comes.
Let the devil out. Diving right back in. Speedery finds Tones next, and Logan gets to defend themselves. Thanks to the BRB, Tones comes right back around, and look at Tico, who tries to get a little sneaky. I have a Komodo right around the other side of the shield, but it's fine, because the backline's okay. Gambit never falls in the form of the God of Mischief. They've lost out on the group here. They have the damage output. Tones looking right behind them. No anti to follow up, as they've isolated Energy, who doesn't have a reset either.
The Golden Deagles, they are going off here as Tones is hunting and praying. Redis on the other side. Quite literally the two meta
take the
picks getting
picture.
done for this team. Speedery does put it into Tones there, which is a big pick as he did have ult there as the Vanguard tank pool. Redis now continuing to hunt.
If
Hit
Doctor's
Monster
character
Hunter.
was
It is
ever
a liquid
thought that it
Citadel
would be
hunter
allowed
at
to be
this point.
275, it was just never like ceased to amaze
The
me.
back-to-back, another stagger fast though. Speedery left one, trying to run away. Ayuda, man, needs some help. Gets to the safety of his team as the Daredevil does.
Already 74%. And right now, all momentum for this second point for Loon X. They've got Heaven's Retribution with the Glartrox alone. Here's the 4-5 teammates all going. Gambit, Raging Royal, and they all forward up. The Glartrox comes out at the same time. This just happened the last hit, and they have one trade-off, but the rest happens big, and it's not going to be enough. Looks like Liquid should be able to take this.
get to use at least the Phoenix Ultimate to take care of the Sia, but was it worth it as Regis, unstoppable, finds Cooper as the next victim. Whose head is next on the stake though? As they try to call out where Nero is, Cooper comes back. Heaven's Retribution this time as they try to isolate Speedery. May need some help because they've lost out on Logan earlier on. Lunex back to 99%. It's Liquid's time to shine. They try to retake it silently.
Elsa is
as
still the
Regis
best
and Silent will
DPS
be able to
in the
try
game.
to come back to recontest.
not
They
even
don't want to
close.
stagger like we saw in the last round.
Man, fun to see
No
Speedery
scoop,
back
it
into this
does
thing,
not.
huh, Vicky? I mean,
Daredevil
the
just
fly
still
over
does
there
not
and
need
Envy
Elsa,
now
bro.
on the ground, showing what they can do on the Devil, who wasn't even.
If they
you know,
removed her
barely
ability
available
to
for
get
them
shields
back
from
in,
her dashes, then yes.
Last music night,
But that's not the case.
Early now, Liquid fully has to hold this thing if they don't want to drop even a point, which I know is their expectation against this team. Lunex, though, at the hands of Reed is getting it done. Throwing out the unicorn. I choose you, as Tones says it best. Good rotations. Devil let up behind, though.
No,
Rotation they have to do themselves. And Iffy finds himself. That's the trailer for season 3.
I promise you everything in my life. If you're playing
It's
against
the
a human
dunk
Elsa,
on the head.
she
The
just
dunk
walks
real
you.
quick. Let the Devil wear. I mean, he's back over
You
at
won't
the spawn
die,
gate.
but you can't
Regis
kill her. Like,
is on
that's like the
fire
problem.
this game. Cooper got a mission into the Rager Royal Flush. We see them trying to dive in. They got the big jump. Smart Chief takes so much damage. He's still alive.
You are
and now
perfect.
Regis sends everybody off the map. The Apex Predator proves why they are at the top of the food chain after finding Speedery and Polly.
I mean, just handling just constant royal flushes has been actually a sight to behold here
Regis
from
is doing
Lunex. 99% to the 63 now. They're doing the job. Look at Regis just one by one, finding his prey. Tones with the follow-up of the Deagles as well. Going from D tier up to C shortly on the ult. And there it is, 99 and ticking down. Last desperation, Paulie gonna go ahead and try to get the point meter in. Up, down, doesn't matter as the big C is in the way. And this is gonna be their last fight
W
for the
shield.
chance to hold them. Lunex, do you have it? Yes, you do!
Buff also.
Shield,
Yeah.
the shield onto the Sia too, just in case, just to
Time to
make
game
sure it's a
tomorrow,
bold
4 Central.
statement too. We got a banger on our hands as Lunex proves why they're still in this.
Talk about using the resources you have available to get the dubs, right? I mean, this is absolutely at the hands of the Glartrox. I mean, you see, you know, constant purple cards just flying around Liquid, but they always have the right positioning in the answer. And if you're Liquid right now, you're doing the right coordination. It's about getting the right targets at the right time. Iffy with that massive pick early on Speedery too was disgusting. If you look at the ult economy, pretty close, but obviously you've got the Agamotto that should give them a bit of a heads up against what Energy has on their side. So I actually like Lunex here, potentially 0.1.
I mean, Regis is just getting away, literally, with anything, right? Like, no one from Liquid Citadel has been able to pinpoint Regis. It looks like Regis is in Cirque du Soleil, and he's just been dancing around all these different rogues, playing on the outskirts of that last round's point. Let's see how they can do, because now you have a lot more verticality. You have the ability to try to hide behind the waterfall before getting onto the point, and you have a lot more open sidelines to try to contest a lot of these strategists that want to back away, maybe even go to the health pack that's over to the right side of the cliff.
It's just so cool. We pointed this out before we went in. Regis on Elsa was what I was looking for, Vicky. And we saw what it did in the MRC, but how
to
it stack
ignite
up
from
against not only the
MRC
pros, but
girl.
one of the best teams in America, if not the best, right? And we're seeing it right here. You've got to control the
Super.
Monster Hunter.
You can
and
protect
Regis is on the
characters in
loop
the
at
draft,
the moment.
and
Oh,
so
buckle up.
Lunex first
As I said, this
protected
could be
Elsa,
a good
which
one.
prevented
Regis
her
now
from
with the
being
quick
banned.
dash. You can barely see her. That aim is deadly. Paulie now going to go ahead and try to get some sustain on this point, not giving it to him right away. Tone's already with that ult now. Pressure on Max.
Where's the Invisible? The Invisible is still alive! You're nothing taken to the skies. Logan has the invisible boundary, though. The Eye of Agamotto
You're
hitting
fine,
Ghost,
Super.
while Polly is able to find Iffy, who was trying to harass their backline. But this forces Lunex to now allow themselves to plant their feet on the point first. Very similar look to what we saw in that last round
Need
for
to
round
go
number
big
2.
in MRC.
Agamotto's
Do my best,
been
please.
wildly placed. And Tones, one of the big things you guys have to
What's up,
highlight is,
Yeah, I
yes,
told you I'd
one
be
of the big
back,
things
please.
about Tank Pool is the snowballing that can be done in domination. Already upgraded to the max, those golden deagles ready, and that is just going to give that much more momentum
Missed
for
an opportunity
Lunex.
for them to play
There's
Blade
the
here.
gambit.
Yeah, I
Tico
can't
gonna
believe we're
find
not playing
energy
Blade
from this.
here,
Paulie
honestly.
finds Tones. They have to get themselves this point back if they want Liquid not to get upset here. Speedery is just climbing the trees. Who
Yeah,
said Rocket's
yeah, you
mobility
give
is
up.
dead?
Like,
Look at
that's
that.
not- you're not
Look at
killing
that
him.
animal go.
He is dipping and diving. Liquid Citadel retake this point, and they have some ultimates to work with too. Nero has that survivability. I do think it's important to highlight how they decided to get off of that low-key pick. They really didn't feel like they needed to utilize those lamps instead. They just need help with the peeling. But then nice retake over.
I shouldn't say that.
My eyes, though, are currently on Redis, who has been a problem.
Yeah, they definitely have to play Find the Redis right now if they want to continue. Nero now out of the Loki. We're out of the Gambit. Cooper's going to take over the Gambit. Nero over to the Invis with the boundary ready to roll. This should allow them to sustain the point plenty. And we'll see how they choose to push in. They know exactly where Redis is. Trust me, if it's not from the gunshots, it's from everything else coming from that direction. Here comes Logan, though, pushing in with Speedery. Now going to put the pressure on the opposition. This is going to be close as they fight in the invisible boundary, Vic.
Great repositioning from Logan, too, to get right on top of that broken tree trunk, too. Take it to the skies. The Meteor M from Polly. Can he find his mark? A selling place finally does get called out, which means that there is no help on the peeling side for the strategist. They need the assistance. It's up to Redis to back away now, noting that they don't really have that sustainability, but it doesn't matter, though. Lunix may not even need a sustainability because guess what? The damage output has been there, but now Speedery gets his walk up for free. 60% already on the point in favor for
Tico's on Star-Lord now.
Tico's going to go and do a legendary.
No
Redis
way.
finds Speedery, and wow, it's like he lets Redis go, right? I thought Speedery's target rotation was actually very good there, Vic. But you left him alive, and Redis just 1v1'd it himself, and the points take back. I mean, that's how crazy this hero can be,
Liquid have two
especially at the hands
capo
of a
TPs?
talented player that we're becoming to see
No,
right
they
in
just
front
have
of our
like the
eyes.
best cap in the game.
Redis is Timothy, literally. Like, we got to see these stats at the end of the game because this is absolutely insane. Liquid Citadel do have answers, though, up their sleeve. Cooper, Raging Royal Flush, ready to go together with Energy. That's going to be the get ready go button into the Galactic Legend, but may not even need it depending if the invisible boundary comes out. As it does, Legendary needs help. The follow-up right afterwards, and that's going to be the team takeover for Liquid Citadel.
Yeah, I mean, biggest thing there is they were able to pop Logan's visible boundary as well, and I thought that was actually a good play by them, but it was perfect communication from Liquid, all diving at the same time. Speedery turning the eyes as well over to the boundary. They used a bit to get it, 76% end up. Remember, it's 1-1 per team. Winner's going to take this first map. Will we get an upset, Vic? It's coming down to the wire. Iffy at 98% on the opposition side. Still a lot of ult climbing for Liquid.
This is the most hype game we've gotten all day here. Tones moving up. They bursted his bubble, though. Iffy's, though, coming in from the other side. Average retribution ready to go. As Liquid Citadel are nearing 99%.
Whoa, what are you
they got to
doing, Tones?
recontest here on the point. Big ante onto Logan. Can we see a follow-up as it's Energy who finds Tones? No ultimate
I was like, he just used all of his
the
cooldowns to jump
here.
forward when
And
he
with
was
overtime
on his
ticking
ult, so I
away,
knew he
Venus
would
get a
build it
little
in
bit
time
more
before he
aggressive,
died.
but
I mean, he just
Iffy
fucking
gets
ran it.
taken out. The BRB comes
He actually
forward.
hard ran it. That was
Place,
so
but is it going to be
bad.
enough? As probably
That was
back
so
to back.
fucking
Redis
bad.
cannot do more.
Holy
Liquid Citadel.
shit.
They defend their throne to take
Like,
game
why?
number 1.
Vicky! That was so close. It was
Too close.
definitely
What the
towards
fuck
the
was
end. I
that?
mean, listen, I thought obviously, first of all, shout out to Paulie
Yeah, Mus,
putting
like,
it in
what
his own
the
hands
fuck
at the
was
end there,
that,
getting
bro?
3 on the neutral, kind of disgusting. I mean, Glartrox, I choose you. I thought that was going to come out a little bit quicker. I think Redis was trying to find that perfect opening, which was the answer to what they did at the end each time. But no, was unable to get, sneak a game out from them. But Lunix said, we will be anything but an easy match here. Taking a look at the stats, you said you can't wait to see Redis. There it is, 18 finals. But on the opposition, Cooper farms MVPs like nobody else.
I mean, this is, wow. We go from the other side, too, like Cooper being able to get away with the Raging Royal Flush. Look at the strat difference, too, right? You have 32K,
Redis can't do more?
33 for Nero
No, Redis
alone.
is literally his
You're able to
entire
get these
team.
follow-ups a lot better. It enables Speedery.
Like,
Energy, too, with the Star-Lord Galactic
if I'm Redis
Legends
that game,
in combination to that Raging Royal
how does
Flush,
Tico only
just
have
allowed them to
13,000
stall for
damage,
as long
bro?
as possible. That's even with Redis repositioning like we saw to then
What's up,
try
Jazz?
to retake over
Tico's
the point.
13,000
It was incredibly
damage.
close for that first map.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think there's definitely a lot that they can clean up here. We're kind of seeing this team come together in front of our eyes. And I think adjust to the bans. You know, the bans are, I think, a bit trickier than we all thought there, especially on Liquid's side. Really, tank pool allowed Tones to do what they do best. I mean, look at those stats on this side. Absolutely was a monster on what they pulled together for Lunex. But yeah, altogether, I think that was what we expected in some cases, but for Speedery, I think on the Devil, that's what really
like
allowed
that
them to kind of kick open the gates and get picks when needed.
Oh yeah,
it's
Juki was that fucking pig's name,
some of
bro.
the weaker holes in this foundation for Liquid. I feel like we've seen Spark Chief pop off way more, right? You want to be able to get way more done with the ante that's provided from the Feast of the Abyss, and unfortunately, they had all eyes on it.
Tell me when we're in next draft, boys.
New Daredevil too.
It's important to highlight like how strong
Okay, they banned 4 supports from them, and none of them are Luna White Fox, which is what they want to play anyways. And then what did they ban? They banned Adam, which is good. Kurova ban. They don't care about giving the Mantis Loki triple though.
This backline from Swap Gaming is to the point where
Who are the
Sentinels
top 5
had to
DPS
ban out
players in the game?
4
I don't know, bro. It depends
strategists
on the hero.
just onto Swamp Gaming alone. Let's see if that's going to bite them though after we see the way that these duelists play out.
Yeah, Valentina's like, I don't need the buff here for the White Fox. We're going to have it a part of the game plan to go with Daze. We expect there to be a heavy aggression from this team early in our first look at 2 Titans clashing once again.
Yeah,
Point opens up in 2-1, and here we go, folks. Strap up, put the seatbelt on. This is going to be a good one. Dogman loves his Magneto. Played him early in stage 1 and 2. Back here for the Sentinels, doing it again. Here's man going to go ahead and show what he can do. Now, not being Crimzo on Captain America. On the side of Swamp Gaming, Daze on the quick dive. They're going in quick on the target. They find their first bit of the pie. That's going to be Yusha going down first.
Actual being able to isolate him in the perfect angle before diving over to the other side. Crimso's right there to help with the peel because Daze is taking a good amount of chunk damage, but Scatter, together with that tank ultimate, is going to be able to bring everybody together. Look at him. Dogman finds 1 pick, but it's fine because Swamp Gaming have the advantage and the point.
Yeah, if Yusha's going to be the first pick to go, this is going to be a long road for Sentinels because they need to make up for the lack of damage here on this squad. But Flamay up to 70% at least gives them a chance here for opening. You want to push up on this point, as we always see in Wakanda. This is definitely one that favors the first point capture more than most points do within this game. Here's man going to go ahead and go rotate around to find Crimzo on the Angela. Interesting pick here from Crimzo, Vic, for the Angela on this map in particular.
I was going to ask you too. I mean, could it be the verticality that we have with the repositioning? Maybe the also like quick awareness of being able to peel if they can. Right, amazing with a great pick of a Forky Dog is going to be the green light button. Flamay is going to be able to have the God of Mischief to get the copy from Rymazing into the Soul Resurgence. Dartrox is out and about from Mellow, and Kraz has been able to isolate Kurova, who was so close to having that ultimate.
Yeah, that's a massive pick. But Yusha does find 2, and that is what they need exactly as Kurova goes down early, trying to get another pick here on Daze. Daze being slippery as the Warrior does often, and Craze quickly with Freedom never dying, finds himself 3 with the melee. That's the most un-Steve Rogers-like thing I've seen him do. Taking out 3 heroes in 1 swing.
Not gonna get the slam dunk in the varsity outfit there, honestly. Doesn't need it at this point here because he brings and rallies everybody together with the Freedom Charge too. And they held it down because Valentina was also able to get that ultimate online. A nice look at what White Fox could do before the both, but letting the devil out means it's the green light button, and Rymazing was ready with the Soul Resurgence. They try to back away, and Yusha, with the damage boost, is gonna melt down through both of the strategists of Swamp Gaming.
Yeah, man, this is, I mean, Yusha's playing the role that they have.
Crimzo not play Angela?
Comp with the 3rd now, going for 4.
He's
Can
on
he find
Angela.
it? Now, this is exactly what they need, though, for this team. And, you know, it's a very untraditional comp.
You guys
coming
are just
here looking
giving
at
me
it,
so
especially as a
much
casual, like,
cancer
what is this team makeup? But it's the plan that they had set in motion. Yusha getting the best from the neutral game to its fullest.
Oh, you're saying this Crimzo just not play Angela, like he should get off
Push in here on Swamp as they come out of this spawn. Crimzo going to get a little bit of poke. Can he get out of here? Hello! Does find some safety from their...
No,
Kurova.
I read that right.
And it's fun to see Kurova, Crimzo, and Rai.
No, I swear I read that right. You typed it wrong.
The gang is back together again, but they're trying to just negate these POs. A beautiful stall originally from Swamp Gaming brought them to that 93%. Dogman, can he hit the meatballs? And it's a little bit of deja vu, but it's fine. Just enough of that damage, though, is a nail in the coffin to at least find Daze, but Kratz is going to be able to get that trade off with Yusha, who was unable to get the reset.
I mean, does Crimzo just not play Angela here?
Nice Daze counter there.
That means, like...
With the batons, but no, the quick neutral finish.
Like, I know what you're saying. But whenever I read that, I think, well, why doesn't he just go Angela here? Does he just not play Angela here?
Looking for the copy, trying to look
that means, like, he needs to go Angela.
Once again, push on the aggression now.
Whatever. I already watched this round anyways.
Set with just so constant.
Almost like looking at set answer that I would literally be manic hallway.
And I think that's why with this, the team comp in general, why the Angela pick is a little bit puzzling to me, but we'll see if it comes fully to what they planned here on Warrior Falls. We're going to go to try to keep up Crimzo once again. Because again, if you look at what they had to lead the charge, they had Magneto, but that's just not enough to stop what is the train. Did they get
this is a straight strategist. Have any defensive ultimate?
Yeah, they're just playing the dive comp perfectly right now, right? I mean, no, they don't need to worry about any front line when there's something always in the back line as we're happening right now. Quick pull on Magneto. Down goes Dogman. They found the front line in the danger. Forky.
Are we in the draft next game yet?
Like, all these talented players.
Oh my god.
Close. I have Retribution here. Mellow too could unleash the Glartrox. And Flamme does have got a mission to at least keep them in this fight. Wait for Krova to get that ultimate online even faster too, so that way they don't get desynced in terms of how long they want to keep the survivability. You're noticing though that it's been a huge problem to have to deal with Kraz and Daze on the Daredevil, so they made that swap over to that No More.
Yeah, you sure. Making a quick swap change is important. They have every Q ready, but 60% and up. They really got to win this fight. Not committing everything all at once, but with Yusha getting that opening pick on Valentina, that's definitely going to open the floor, especially if you look at the ult charge. That was a big pick at the right time. The show is started from Luna. Soul Resurgence is going to match the circle now as quickly Yusha flies up, throws Triton down. Dogman, can he land it? Throws it down, punches it down. Scattergun.
Yet still just trying to RP
this thing back point here with as they're going to the Ninetales and out from the box.
Oh, Daze falling low though as he lets us build up even more of that space. Scatter gets into visual boundary. And before we're seeing Sentinels just build up even more of that space, Scatter gets into position. They wrap up behind this backline, make a sandwich out of Sentinels. I think they lost out on Flamme, so no lamps here to help them out too. And Ramezi only has so much.
The sniper play from Sentinels now as they come out. Dogman does find the pick on.
Honest, finding all three of those players at the very end here. Of course.
Bro, Krasmang having the same damage as Scatter is fucking crazy, by the way, no? Like, Kraz having 12k per 10, he has this, bro, it's not even 12k per 10, sorry. He has 1,000 less damage than Yusher, who was on Phoenix and fucking Namor the whole game. On cap. Like, this guy is doing everything. He had the same damage as Daredevil.
We got
players' heads. You want to perform each and every single day.
And there's the map, by the way. This is where it's like, I might watch an unhealthy amount of Rivals, all right? I had a feeling Lunex would take it here. They did this often. I think this is where they took the map off. Yeah, we lost way back when as well. It's just a comfort map. You know, all teams have a comfort pick, and Midtown is going to be that exact for them as we take a look at the graphic here.
I like this though, Cozy. You called it out perfectly. And you know what? You also have a lot of more of that vertical sight lines to work off of, so definitely have to keep your eyes on your backline to make sure you can help heal for them if you found that to be a difficult thing if you're Lunex. As well, Regis has been able to just pop off and be able to have that mobility. It's about being able to also try to help out and make sure that your strategists are sustained too.
Yeah, I mean, Regis' Elsa needs to be taken out of the equation. Liquid Citadel, I'm sure, wants to make this a convincing victory. After the first one was maybe a little bit too competitive for their liking. Let's see
Nerf
if
cap.
they can bring it
Yeah,
home. It is match point for them.
We're
so
also
the
not in
pressure
draft,
is
by the way,
definitely
Hydra.
next.
God damn it.
Yeah, for sure. If the team can take it, though, it will be them. And again, this is the team that replaced...
Let me know when we're actually in draft.
Gotta talk about Kraz though. Terror. Yeah, definitely.
Me,
I found buddy.
What language are you learning on Duolingo? It was
Advantage.
Japanese, but I don't study anymore.
yet down follows, so New York Convoy saying they're going to be
one
the
team's
last
playing
hit.
for
They could
Elsa
on that last
mismatch,
hit
the
there.
other
Elsa going to be
team's
saved
playing for
yet
Gambit
again. Don't
mismatch.
blame them on that. This again, they're going to...
Seeing what they just was a huge problem.
Ban tank pool.
Items being on the
middle
tank
ban
pool, and he was
Loki,
able to also
middle ban tank
Kraz and
pool.
Daze.
Yeah, that case
So
at
we get
least
DD
slows
and
it
Elsa.
floated. That ended up going with
They
just about
banned
anything.
Luna
That's why
or
they
Venom?
kind of went heavy on the bans earlier. I didn't.
Because of the flexibility.
Venom Prot Rogue.
The Hulk, but they protect the
And what's
Rogue,
their
which
last
means,
ban? Adam? Surely
which
it's
means
Adam,
we
right?
get the married couple team up.
Yeah, I mean,
Star-Lord, really?
obviously, Rogue is such a different hero when Gambit is
Oh,
available.
yeah,
so
'cause
Rogue are
Gambit,
gonna go
yeah,
and
they're
show off
playing
that
Gambit, my
animated
bad.
border
My bad.
or animated icon right off the rip. That means Crimzo will be. But I love.
Saw that they protect.
Alright, draft for real this time?
Same song and dance. They came away with the W, right? So why fix it too much if needed? We thought maybe we would have saw a bit of a change there, but either way, just loving all. You could just tell these players are just ranked demons from all these animated icons. I mean, come on. how many you got in your threshold there. I'm still working on my second. It's going to take me God knows how long. But we've got our Vanguard Deadpool banned yet again from the side of Lunex. We'll see if they match it here.
Thanks for reminding me I don't touch grass here, Cozy. But maybe here, too, because the Loki has been a problem. You don't want to have that out, okay? Because they've already learned their lesson as Liquid Citadel was able to cycle through so many Rage and Royal Flushes. And no Daredevil going into Midtown is very smart, because we were just talking about the back line here and trying to find different spots that you could get dove on. So that's something that Liquid Citadel doesn't have to worry about from Lunex's side. Tico already hovering over that Black Panther, though, is a nice sight to see, with a big conversation point going into how
Cineras, let me ask you a question, buddy.
Absolutely.
Do you actually sit, like, you know how Nero is their support player? Do you think Nero has sat down and played Spider-Man to champion? Like their support player,
for the mental, but
who's
also
been a
just
support
for the
main for like a year.
Source of ults that you're facing there in the Raging Royals. The ban on Daredevil continues to open up the odds, and there's the save once again so that Tones can be on the Merc with the mouth. Last ban going over to the Jeff, so a lot of similarities that we see with the Rogue Protect going to open things up here for Spark Chief, who's going to flex not only on the icon, but flex the animated one on us here, Vic, as they lock in their teams.
It's such a great animated icon. I love the Rogue icon. All right. Getting started now. Liquid Citadel, a little too close for comfort, knowing that they're going to change things up just a bit. The BRB goes crazy, but it's even more important to highlight
they're going BP,
that Liquid
bro.
Citadel are starting on the defense. This is why they were able to pick a ban on their side.
Bro, how do they all have animated lore? They
menu,
play the game
but it's
too
also
much.
the triple strategist that you could expect, as well as a triple
matches
Vanguard.
Tomorrow? Yes.
All right, so we've got the Emma Rogue on the defensive side with Energy, which Energy oftentimes back in his FlyQuest days would flex over to this exact Magneto. So does have this kind of up his sleeve and in the tool belt. Always important to have that flexibility. And, you know, I think this aided a lot of players in the past Ignite because of how strong Triple Vanguard was back then, especially on the defensive front. Now, in the aggression, I mean, the game plan, looking simple. You got Ritas, you've got the Groot, and Tico still trying to find what they want to do here. Flex one now over to the Winter Soldier, our first appearance of the Soldier this Ignite, or at least right here in America. Here we go, Vic. Doors open in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what we got.
Oh my God, Arian.
Little change up here before Ritas looks ahead.
Maybe I'm just irritable,
going down
bro, but
right
I
to
swear
pinpoint
you guys
where
are
they're
tilting
located,
me, bro.
because currently Energy's already
Bro,
hanging out on the high
fucking
ground,
Chinese
being on
in my
that
chat,
mag.
man.
Nice isolation with the bubble already from Tones. Look how quick. I always gotta see it. How quick Thankful tries to get that ultimate already online, nearing 70%.
Yeah, just about to put that pressure on immediately. And with Logan now over on the Loki, I think this is definitely going to be all about positioning and keeping the eyes on Cooper here early and quick. Nice rotation over here from Liquid Gaming and Cooper himself, trying to get just constant. You always do something, right, Vicky? Whether it's healing or just a quick damage on the back line and the call out. Silent Blaze me up on the top here as two, looking down on their Vanguards, keeping them up and farming that ult up. Notice the controller stick. Silent Blaze on the controller here at the pro level. There's the ult coming out though from the Deadpool.
And finding them isolated, though, over to the side with
Animated
Iffy just walking for
insane.
free, setting up these walls,
Jesus
build a house,
Christ.
he says, and now you can force out the lamps from Logan, who is very close to the God of Mischief, but they've lost out on Ritas, who is a big point here for Lunex. There's that God of Mischief that we just heard from Logan, and it's going to be the invisible boundary, a Venn diagram you can see from Nero unleashing his own, but the choke slam down right
Bucky has got to be
outside
the most
the
worthless
circle of
piece of dog shit
protection,
ever here,
means
bro.
that it's going to cost another member of Lunex to go down.
Look at that delayed hit there, just to see if you can get
now
the health
Tico's
off
on
at the end. What an
fucking
absolute great play and awesome just job of Polly. Showing why Emma is still very well in the Vanguard scene, even though people want to write off Mother herself. Cooper going to go ahead and get a quick punch and melee finish there with the ult charge to push this team back to that spawn. And they're doing a great job so far, and we're seeing why Spark Chief's Rogue was banned, because it is something to fear.
Not only that, like the fact that they had the Gambit already in that last round, they didn't want that extra damage. Now they get it double time with Magneto and Rogue, and you have 3 ultimates to work with. Nero's getting
animated.
already
Yeah, how
to
does
that
he have
50% mark.
Bro, how does
with
their
the
tank
invisible
player have
boundary, but with
animated
the Heartbreaker
BP?
to start things off, you take away the sustainability from those supports, but he
That's
slams down the
interesting. We get
Meteor
on
M
BP here?
onto nothing. Great protection coming out as Lunix get away from that trouble. Logan close to that, got a mission, but look where Ritas is. You're down in an alleyway, and Polly's just trying to get them to Psionic Seduction, and they're forced to back away behind the walls.
And just using every bit of this Gambit team up for all of them, whether it's Energy with his, Spark Chief with theirs, and now Paulie just hunting there with the Pulse. We go ahead and try to get some room here. Tones is as he throws down the Q, and there is the Glartrox. Had so much success there on domination. If you're gonna find energy, but just like that, the free life and a big one at that. Speedery bringing back the magnetic hero themselves. Tones gets a pick. This is coming down to the wire here on point 1.
And that was a follow-up off of the slam down onto both of the Vanguards. They only get 1 out of the 3, though. Nero, invisible boundary. As now Polly's going to come right back around with the Doctor Strange portal, trying to prevent Lunix from even getting to that next point. But with even more members falling down, Lunix looking fantastic.
I had no idea it was a separate client.
Who needs the Qs? They were right now hunting energy, by the way, in that backline at the mag. Now energy to go to Wolf. This is an often pick when you portal. Just such a great swap over, especially with that second life. But down, okay, they do find Tico even with the portal, so success is going to be found here at the last moment to hold strong. Spark Chief going to activate that team up and the ult on top of it. Silent Blaze trying to stay alive within the boundary. Root ult is out, no success from it, and with a laugh from it, Nero's going to find Iffy. It's Liquid coming from the portal like the in-game to find success.
And it was like some excellent violence, right? We saw Spark Chief come out of that portal and immediately get the grab onto Tico. Had no chance to give Tico the opportunity to get away. With another team fight win, you're down less than 15 seconds for Lunix to get this first checkpoint.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Energy also's got the ult as well, so look out as Pollock can get
Guys, can you
Yagamoto.
stop
Spark
typing
Chief
in
to join
Chinese?
This is gonna be everyone finding a piece of the pie here as Spark Chief with the quick take on the thing, finds the health pack in the back and somehow dives out of here.
Does he live?
Are you kidding me? It's 1v5.
Oh
Mother stayed alive, but down goes Spark Chief finally.
Finally, we're coming in from the heavens, and Yagamoto finds 3. Get down, says Glartrox, though, the Apex Predator, to try to back away and clear and bounce off from the club to go to the rest of the team because they're trying to clear up that space. But the recontention, as you saw Liquid Citadel, able to back away just in time.
Oh my god.
Huge dive, finds 3, but with the invisible machine,
And Wolf
it
is
keeps
terrible.
them alive for now. The Gambit Ultimate just to help them out too. And Tones sees everybody, but they need to get that Gambit Ultimate first. You got to look at Cooper, who's a little bit behind, and Nero's close to that invisible boundary to stay alive. But maybe not anymore.
Trying to get them off the point there, and was almost successful to win in the overtime. Committed from it. The Spark Chief falling early. That was their best option. Now Energy can come back, but just like that, they're going to take the point and win the fight. Really well jobbing. Just goes to show you fall one member early with Spark Chief's Rogue, and the dominoes will fall from it. Kudos, though, I gotta say, for Energy. Just trying to get the point out there.
Why does this
That
hero have
was
a 2-second dash still?
It was huge. He was
like, just seeing this character's POV
but there was still
just
one more member
pisses
left
me
to
off,
recontest as well, and they had the Invisible Woman to protect them and resustain them too. No ultimate needed. It was Tones who had burned that in the last fight with some change-ups to Energy over to the Star-Lord once again, and Nero at least has the invisible boundary for this fight around after he was focused in the last fight.
Yeah, this is a ton of space right away. They're giving up here on the second point. One that I wish they would push in more on here. Invisible boundaries are going to go out from Logan. Silent Blaze can match it. Heroes can match that. A lot of invisible boundaries about to happen on your screen at once. We see the copy happen different. Spark Chief does get Tico down. Just like that, now can push forward the W and try to reign from there. Glartrox still tries to change their mind. Nothing from it. Comes up hungry. Silent Blaze throwing that out, Vicky. Right now, it's kind of a trade of back and forth that Reedus continues to do and be that difference maker.
Also really like the way that Reedus played around the invisibility of that invisible boundary here from Silent Blaze. Tones takes a quick little selfie just for the cinematic opening here as they were able to clean up 2 more.
Yeah, when you gave all that space on the first point,
finally Tico and a human
3
character
from this on the hold side, and turn to maybe only a 2 hold. They're able to do so. Tones does have that ult game to find that backline strategy. The Invisible Woman run, Nero run is all they can wish and pray for. They're going to try to find Cooper to keep them up. But just like that, it's deleted. And point is taken, Vicky. I mean, look how that was one of the easiest point 2s you've seen. And I've highlighted why Midtown is their flavor pick. They're just feasting the spawn room.
This guy is farming finals, bro.
Quick little selfie. I mean, you could imagine his camera roll is probably full at this point. He's going to get more memory because it's going to be a reset here from Spark. He already knew it was a GG there. They wanted to be able to at least push into contest in this next corner because this could be a bloodbath to be staggered in a spot like this.
Yeah, Tones is so fun to watch. Just having a great time out here. Midtown is their hometown. Speedery, Devil out, ready to go. Should favor them in the third point.
Horrified of Spark Chief's tankful.
Energy
or
has
horrified
that
of everyone's
ready to roll.
The character's fucking
Pop it
broken.
early. We'll see what they get out of Speedery first. Lunex, good rotations into the building here to stay
Bro, guys, is it
alive
just
and
me
not
or
to use
Speed's
anything
ult's
too
just been
crazy.
pretty
That
underwhelming
allows
this
their
series so
strategies to build
far?
back up and get ready for the next fight.
Like, I feel like he didn't get any first map either.
Nero's ready with that invisible boundary here too. Looking at Tico, who could also go in for a reset with the Unsung Inferno. Spark Chief finds another victim this time, but gets caught by Rias backing away. The Glartrox, I like that Spark was expecting that. That's a big nothing all over again. And with the Heartbreaker, it's going to be the counter immediately afterwards. Venn diagram, invisible boundaries from both sides. And it's Logan who calls out Speedery.
Yeah, good rotations out, and Energy just on the delayed ult finds Tico. Staying alive now is Tones. This is going to be enough to push back and win this hold in this fight, which is an important one at that. That was their last really important cue that they wanted to use there.
True.
And now they have Cooper
and
Paul
DD and Elsa.
So this is going to be an interesting trade-off as Ritas is a bit far away as well. Vicky, Lunex has got to be perfect here. 40 seconds left.
Less than that minute here, and time is of the essence. Cooper has that Rage and Royal
Oh
Flush.
my god,
It's gonna be
Speed's
difficult.
ults have been weird, but he's better than me. I don't want to say anything. I wish everyone had that mentality.
And Polly opens things up with the silent seduction, which could stop the double jump alone. If he's the first victim, Tico to follow. 2 ultimates that they will not have online, but they still have 20 seconds to go.
W Twitch chat.
That is why Gambit gets his name as one of the more feared strategists in this game. Rotating over, 12 seconds. Good push either way if you're Lunex. Trying to get further into point 3 is the goal. They've got 3 ults to do it. Cannot get the stagger early. They find success. Good call on us if he goes down with the ult as well. Inside Inferno crashes down, finds the connection. Spark Chief out of this thing just like that. No ults to be set for Liquid Gaming. Nero now up on the board, ready to go. Glartrox, though, is the best thing to find success in this invisible boundary, Vicky. It'll come out with something.
Huge back away though from Liquid. They knew that they did not have the sustainability. They're trying to get the space. They waited for Nero and the invisible boundary, but now it's up to Iffy to find his mark. Looking around, where is Nero? Good protection. Is it going to be able to land on the mark? Spark Chief falls incredibly low, and it's Ritas with some help from the Glartrox to really back him up to do all the extra damage in combination of Tico, and they're going to be able to clear this point and around the next corner.
Now Nero keeping the team alive with that quick shield at the end to burst the bubble, but either way, it's the Duelist getting it done. Logan's got ult ready as well, pushing in. Love the aggression here. Down on the ground, Loki looking for the clone on the damage. Energy to rotate over 91%. Look for this legendary. Cooper at 71. If they can sustain this fight a little bit longer, Liquid should be able to hold, but Logan's got the invisible bounty aggression-wise. Good rotation there from the strategist, keeping up speed. Finds a big pick though. Down goes Tico. Invisible boundary up and
care the king. Care the king.
Keep the devil up. No, he goes down. He can't let the devil out. And Silent Blaze behind the other side of the invisible boundary is able to get that snipe. Got a mischief now over for Logan. Silent Blaze does not have the sustainability. It's up to Energy to clear the rest of the points, but they backed away out of his line of sight. He needs to move up and take advantage of the Rage and Royal Flush.
Look at those clones just taking all of those bullets from the cars, and Peter Quill himself, Speedery and Spark find 1, then 2, and that was kind of the ticket to that last bit of the point, Vic. You saw how close Gambit was, or in this case, Cooper and Energy. They just needed that fight to last a little longer, and they got the lethal combination. And that's what happens when you leave Scarlet available with Gambit. It can be absolutely disgusting.
And also understanding the win condition, right? Like, if you do not find these 2 players, it could be difficult. You're just building up into another round of Strat Ultimate galore. All the invisible boundaries that we saw on our screen at the same time.
They saw this and decided to increase the damage of Gambit ult.
Following up from the Rage and Royal Flush.
No, they saw this, and then they're like, you know what? Let's nerf Gambit ult by 3% on the build rate. That was his first nerf. This was the state of the game when Gambit released for like a full month. Like, they saw anytime he was in play, you instantly lost the game, or you just like mirrored, and every fight was determined by Gambit ult, and people would play Gambit Loki and then just kill through every support ult. And then their nerf was, let's nerf the ult charge from 4300 to 4500 in the mid-season patch.
So many people looked at, you know, whether you want to call it tier 2 MRC and say, all right, well, what happens when they're put into these groups?
Well played.
I mean, they're showing out here.
I was excited when I see Speedery go over to the Storm. I was like, what year is it? Going back to the OG, having some fun. Cooper already getting some information for the rest of the team as he still now on the Daredevil himself, making a swap of what Speedery was on earlier. And coming out of the gates, see Energy already on the Wolverine, trying to see if they could fully expect the triple Vanguard, but it's really
this is season
only
7
Jones
patch.
here on the other side, and if you're ready for that on thing.
Yeah, interesting pick here on the Wolverine, especially with the Storm. We'll see if this stays. He might rotate out once he saw how the counter plays have been a part of it. But we're going to go ahead and see what Logan does. in the background here. Love this positioning if you're Loki main. Take note of exactly where these clones are in his stance as well, trying to confuse the opponent as much as possible. Energy is going to swap over. Did expect that, right? He saw the thing. He's like, all right, we're going to go over to the hand of Khonshu himself, try to farm that up. But Speedery over on Storm, now is this a little bit all over the place.
Different look entirely here too. He's slicing and dicing, and it's energy over to the Moon Knight. The moon is haunting them with the follow from Polly. One after the other, the domino falls. That is Lunex. It's gonna have to be a hard reset as Speedery sends back Ritas last.
And Moon, I remember when Moon Knight was just kind of peeking their way into Ignite, you know, every now and then, Vicky, and now just an absolute could be just scary right out the gate. Always has that option, you know, you take 20% cooldown reduction on ult. Doesn't really matter for the man who hands up Khonshu's all of the time. Logan now going to put out those clones to escape. It's the only form for Loki, but that just puts more out for the Crescent Darts as Energy is just throwing them, gathering ult like crazy. Have to get the finish though, or you get the strategist too much ult charge, and he's finding those as Tones goes down as well.
It was big too to try to harass Logan, but Logan manages to stay alive around his own clones, and he did use that invisible boundary, but it's the damage that's too much. The Rage and Royal Flush to answer that invisible boundary was enough for Liquid Citadel to get that first checkpoint.
Yeah, one of these things that just make Liquid so powerful is that at any point, any of the six can carry. And that is what's so crazy about this team, and the Duelists especially on the front of Energy and Speedery. Two of the best on their old rosters now combined into one. And they play very, honestly, complementary roles there in the Duelist position. Cooper pushed all the way up in the W. Q ready to be pressed here from Spark Chief. We'll see if the Heartbreaker comes out early. He wants them to come into this left side here, Vic. We'll see if they do so.
We're trying to wait for, oh my gosh, look at Cooper's health. He was literally one shot for a second. Good awareness here from Nero. The fact that they're going to try to make this work together. At least Nero does have that Mentos ultimate. It's going to be that Soul Resurgence. As now you got to look at Lunex, who Tico's trying to move up. He's got the Horn of Proteus as well to try to cut off their exit points. But they're playing incredibly split up. Nero waiting for them.
Shields up, Tones. Enjoy.
To trash down over their foreheads.
Oh, Ritas, I bet you enjoyed shields going up there too, huh?
Find Nero in the back. This only leaves Cooper up for sustainability. And even though you let the devil out, it may be just enough, but you don't have the sustain that you may need.
Oh man, it's like the Hulk. You don't want to make Team Liquid angry. We're seeing it just now as they continue through point number 2. If he is going to get Spark Chief out of this thing. But one thing I want to highlight, we saw it there with Nero on the pick on Tones. Both Nero and Cooper are some of the most lethal strategists out there.
Yeah, I did.
You saw Tones try to hop out of that Khonshu, and Nero just with a quick headshot to get that down and out. I mean, it's crazy, to be honest, with the tracking.
Yeah, it's also like the good communication of these follow-ups, right? Making sure you're able to track a lot of these players and their different positioning with the way that they've been able to back away so well. Read us up, trying to do enough of that damage, but no one's looking at Energy. You see right behind you, just making sure that he's safe. He saw Iffy, said, don't worry, I'm fine, taking care of these squids. Instead, he's close to that hand of Khonshu. He doesn't have it to try to deal with that invisible boundary from the other side, but Liquid Citadel, they do have Cooper and that Rage and Royal Flush waiting to push all together to cut off the exit point that Lunex has.
Yeah, they were trying to see what they had to use there to win this point, and funny enough, as they get the point now, because the rotation from Lunex, they maybe were trying to hold on to that Gambit. Either way, this is a field day for any Moon Knight out there with the Namor Squids and the Loki. He will be swapping over to the Star-Lord for this last bit of the point, which is extremely smart. If you're watching this play right now, you always want to look for a duelist at the map and what it best serves you in terms of the environment. So like this, you'll be going over to Wolverine, another good pick here in the last minutes.
Especially we have much more open sidelines. I always feel like it's so difficult to get out of this choke, and that's why you see the portals now from Iffy, but it doesn't prove to really help them out because, yeah, you have a BRB, you have Logan on a rocket, but you've lost out on your entire team.
We're just showing off now a little bit. Everyone's trying to see if they can pad their stats before we review it at the end. Cart is on full blast here, 3 minutes, 33 seconds. Lunex would need a defensive effort of a lifetime. But either way, there are no moral victories, but coming out strong here in the opening match number 4 here. Day 1 of the Americas Ignite. Spark Chief going to lead the charge for the team now, diving in, going for the Hulk hello appearance from Tones.
All right, if he's going to be able to reset because he was actually stuck in the back line here. Doesn't want to stagger for the rest of his team who are struggling. He makes the swap now over to the tank pool. Tones, by the way, on Hulk as the whale comes crashing down and sinking the ship. That is Polly. Nero at least has that invisible boundary, but they're holding strong here as Lunex now take control over this corner.
Yeah, all 10,000 tons of under the sea right there. Down goes Polly. Good pickoff there from Tico as well. Now going into full defense mode here. So Tones on the Hulk. You got Tico ready to go. If he's swapping on over to that dead focus, they have to take advantage of with it not being banned. So they've got plenty to go another at least minute and a half, but Liquid has every Q ready to pop as well. About to be a color explosion, Vicky. I know the ult's been reduced, but here we go.
No, I'm always ready to dance here, Cozy, when we see the fireworks blow up in front of our eyes. By the way, Silent Blaze getting energy after he just swapped. I like the swap boost, but it's about getting out of this choke that it's a huge problem. And guess what Ritas has in his pocket? He's got the Glartrox. You gotta be careful here. It's staggering even more time. But Liquid Citadel do have a good amount of time. They've still at the 2-minute mark, but time is of the essence.
It's crazy they're getting it done without any of the ults too. I mean, this is just wasting time, and this is perfect on their battle plan. If they're trying to wait for energy to get up to their ult, but just gonna pop it now. Yeah. Cooper gonna push in, see if they can find everyone together. Can they locate the Silent Blaze in this?
Namor is just like a little bit harder to kill.
Not the one they wanted.
275.
Continuing to push up, not a bad hit. Silent Blaze trying to find life and safety. Tones the back line. Cooper in danger, claps to death.
Somebody help him, 911. Unfortunate here, and after the stun, you could call an Amber Alert after that one, as Sparky is able to find Tico. It's a trade-off. Inspiri, unfortunately, goes down. Cito's now activated. Big man Hulky comes in, and he's got the reset. Forces out the Loki clones, though, if you're looking at Liquid Citadel, and Polly comes in with the Silent Seduction. Energy to get enabled, but you don't look behind you. The Glartrox sends everybody against the wall.
Oh,
they're still alive. W heals are thinking as Cooper and Nero were in the back.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Glartrox hit the wall too fast and let them all go, and they were able to escape. Holly with the finish and the flush, and there it is, 2-0. It happened so fast before your eyes. Quick tip of the cat to Lunex and make
that was competitive though. That wasn't bad. That was not a bad showing from Lunex, honestly. All right, back to business.
They have
open up, Vicky.
Do I have any friends or hobbies? Do I have any, sorry, I read that wrong. Do I have any interests or hobbies outside of gaming? I guess lifting is a hobby. Technically. Do you have any interests outside of gaming? I like volleyball. I don't know. Am I a cat person or a dog person? I like both, but I like dogs better.
Yeah, because you know what, Nito, you love to see it triple strat lineup. You talk about seeing more from Amazing, being able to have that flexibility on that Vanguard now. As Kurova's trying to get isolated here, Crimso's going to be able to back them up, putting down these walls, but they have to look behind them to make sure that their backline isn't getting dove.
All right, now good rotation. You get pressure early on. Really marching this cart right down the street here. Crazy Man going to be up top.
Yo, Scatter, why is Kraz the best fucking Captain America of all time?
Goes in on Kurova. Amazing is low.
Like, this guy had 12k damage on map 1. Like the most damage on your team, damn near, besides your Elsa.
Who's that monster? It's Glartrox. Yeah, I mean, like, I hear it in my sleep at this point. Absolutely devastating.
He does not do this every game.
And obviously,
okay, but that game was crazy though, no? Like your Cap has the same damage as your Daredevil on fucking Captain America versus triple support name. Like he had more damage than their Phoenix.
From Valentina. See if Kurova's gonna let them rage now. I think they're gonna use this as the defensive approve.
Lay, who did you say was the best Cap? Well, it's gotta be Kraz after that performance, no? Either him or Polly? Where do you watch all this shit?
Did use a lot here, so now we're gonna go to keep them up, and there it is, summoned up, ready to go for Habit, pushed in and healthy. Look towards what Scatter can do on the Agamotto. This will be the biggest one. As Flamay gets mellow, that's a big tick, Vic.
They're looking behind him though. The Eye of Agamotto comes in. He tries to isolate Kurova.
Am I playing a show in the background?
It's just like you said, Cozy.
No.
A matter of time with these ultimates. You have the survivability now from Porky Dog, but is it going to be enough? Because Valentina's also very close to the ult, but gets clobbered immediately. The protection is just what they had. Swamp Gaming, stay alive for now. Overtime, now that you deal with Flamay. If they can find Flamay in the back, and they do, they break down the invisible boundary, and that's the win condition now off the table.
That deletes the invisible boundary just like that. All three, they try to get what Valentina was gonna obviously hold this dead. I mean, hold on. Triple res through the pick ban phase and Gambit and
showcase of flexibility. So the Vanguards in this current team that has been rolling out with it, fully expecting to see Crimzo and the Emma, but how is that going to work out?
Have you played Deadlock, and did you like it? I remember you saying something about their balance team. Yeah, I played Deadlock. It's fine.
You get choke slammed here as they're looking to see if they can maybe knock somebody out in the air, but if anything, they could also make a quick swap up if they don't see the composition that they were expecting from Sentinels.
Yeah, Daze has evolved as a player a lot. I always thought of him as a Wolverine, as we continue to say, was a sub way long ago for Nemesis, improved to get that starting spot, and boy, has he deserved it now. As Dominant
Liquid
is
Citadel kind of overrated.
Connection as Mother takes down the Gamma God.
No, I wouldn't say they're overrated. They're very good.
They want to continue to feast. I do like this defensive setup they've got.
Right now, it's looking like Swamp is the best team, but I need to watch.
But there's just so many
watch
ults to
100
watch
Thieves
out
play.
for early. Mello at 42%. Blartrox is hungry and waiting, building up slowly. There's the punch, down goes Daze, and that second life passive to follow. It's a good opening start from Sentinels, Vic.
Definitely agree here, too, because you see a lot of damage output. If no one's going to take care of Dogman, who has so much
they play again,
of that
Energy?
being charged up as it gets reset with Swamp Gaming now resetting themselves, they need to have a lot more of that damage impact so that way they do not burn down through what's
we don't play today, Scatter. We play tomorrow.
You see Porky Dog open up the floor, though. The DDR, as you've called it before, Cozy, and Flameta maxed out with the Invisible Boundary. Invisible Boundary not lasting very long, though, before they try to back away, counting down the time left for the Luna ultimate, and Ramazing takes the opportunity to try to close in that gap.
Yeah, Ramazing going to go to use that team up to their advantage shortly off the cooldown. Now quickly with the dive in, going to try to find the best value they can. 2 minutes, 31 seconds. There goes a couple as Crimzo finds Scatter. And good rotation on the ultimate side. Dogman obviously has the ult there. They've used a lot to kind of get this position, but they haven't even touched this carpet.
Really hasn't moved much. Around a few inches here from the starting point of those pondering gates. Daze, though, trying to get something. He finds the Emma. It's up for the traditional kidnap. He found the ultimate here. Porky Dog follows up to find that Emma.
I can't believe he got that angle off, though. That was like good.
Swamp Gaming, they have everything. It's
clobbering
time. Finds the isolation onto Luna. Valentina sharpening up her claws alongside Daze here, too, on the Wolverine. I mean, the kiddies really are coming out.
The Fox with the 3-piece just like that. Free buff as well. This is what, listen, Nemesis signed, we're going to echo this. They signed these 2 strategists to go on with their team, right? Not Nemesis, Swamp Gaming, former Nemesis, got these 2 additional strategists, and we are seeing that come to light as they now just completely take care of the portal to stop another push, and this is now desperation mode for Sentinels.
Fastball special no longer needed here. You got Kraz on thing instead. Flamey does have that invisible boundary, but someone's got to recontest right now. They're about to push it over to the finish line. No, Kurama being the only one series here. Consider just
wish they died with this
pop off. Cozy said.
All right, where's this interview? Are we in the next map yet?
This team that we've been together now for stage after stage.
Limited.
And just how
Alright, let me see what Mello has to say.
If banning so many of these strats didn't work out for you, obviously make sure you prio Gambit because that's always like a must, but then you got to look at Elsa and what Mello was able to do.
Yeah, and I believe we do have Mello joining us for a quick chat now as well. After that dominant performance, Mello. Whoa, hi! Surprise! It's us.
Sorry, you surprised me.
For a quick chat. That's, you know, that's how we roll. Mello, you guys surprised us as well. This was so dominant. We kind of hoped for a closer series. Did you expect such a one-sided outcome?
No, not really. They don't look that good. I'm not gonna lie.
Tough.
We're very confident. We're very confident with the new backline and the changes that we made, and just how scrims have been going. That I won't say that we have it on lock, our group, but it's going to be hard for other teams to play against us, I think.
For sure. Hey, Melophobia, we've been watching you guys for a while. It's always been fun to watch you. It's now been nearly a year of watching you all do what you do great. Talk to me about the new additions on the strategist, right? And bringing that to your, kind of core 4, if you will. And I'm seeing a couple guys in the back. Are you guys all together as a team there in person? But how is this team kind of gelling now? And what makes this team now different than those of the past of stage 1 and 2?
So obviously we had a change in backline. Forky Dog and Val. They've been really good, consistent additions and changes. Can you guys not? I'm sorry about them. They're a little rowdy. But No, Forky Dog and Val. I mean, we think that they're the best supports. I don't think we would give them up for anyone actually. Even the people that say are better, like Cyper or Cooper, would rather have Val and Forky. Just the chemistry that we have. And yes, we are all in person. We are living in a team house thanks to Swap Gaming.
Hell yeah.
I love that shout out. I mean, you guys are literally like not only gripped up together, you guys are building your synergy in real life. We know how like amazing your backline is. Valentino is like permanently is always like #1 on ladder. Is something else to highlight. Like you looking forward though, I think day number 2, you guys saw a different look in our first series. Cafe Rose beating out on FlyQuest. You guys have to face off against them in day number 2. You already said you guys are feeling confident. I mean, if you take a look at the pick and ban phase, the real question here is, how do you feel teams are just focusing on your backline? I mean, is that kind of like a compliment to you guys? Are you just able to get away from not getting Elsa in jail and the fact that you guys are just able to run Daredevil free?
Yeah, I think we so going into the match, we didn't think that we'd get Elsa. We thought they would Gambit first man. Or I mean Elsa first man, I'm sorry. But they gave us Elsa and DD, which we were very confused about. We didn't think we'd get both. I don't think teams should give us both. I think that's like an instant loss for them. Because I'm very confident. I think I'm the best Elsa in the world. I think I can confidently say that. At least in NA. And Danny's definitely, or Day, sorry, is definitely the best DD in NA, probably the world. So giving us both just to focus on our backline, which our backline is not one trick, so they can play like any backline ever. So it's really, really confusing. But I mean, it worked out for us and didn't work out for them, so.
That's the problem, right? When you're such a stacked roster, you can't ban them out, all of them. So, Mello, we hope you guys continue that.
When was the last time you smiled? When I had a happy ending with your mother last night?
It was a great opening match, and we wish you and the team best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, buddy. Wow, that's some confidence.
Yeah, right. Man, I love just the vibes, like in that interview that people are coming in and out. Like it's giving frat house, it's giving like fam team bonding, it's giving synergy. I love that.
There's only so much that one player could do. I mean, how are you guys feeling going into your next series? I believe it's a Space Station tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I don't really know who we're. I'm not gonna lie, my mind's elsewhere, but I mean, yeah, I think like the Elsa ban versus the Gambit ban is like, it's really just like whatever you want to do. It's just like, it's a whole different game, right? Like, it's gotten to a point where like both things are beatable, I think. So like, it's not really like a big deal. But I mean, yeah, we were struggling a little bit in map 1 because we were like all over the place. Speed wanted to do something, I wanted to do another thing. I was like, oh, we have Loki Gambit, let's just kill the tanks. Like we have Loki. I'm just gonna sit on Brewer and shoot tanks. But like, he wanted to just go on backline, but it's fine. We fixed it. We ended up going fully on one thing, like doesn't really matter. And yeah, I mean they pulled out some cornball strap on my console. I know what they play over there, so yeah, I know where they got that from. But it's all good. It's corny. It's whatever. I respect it. Trying to throw some curveballs. It's all good. Yeah. I mean,
Spark.
Just keep getting better.
Hey, I want to just say, buddy, keep having that emotion. And for me, man, you've been one of my favorite players to watch evolve over this entire thing. It's been really fun. I was calling it up before the interview. You know, I remember the first one, buddy, with the camera up, mom coming in the room.
Yeah,
like,
my mom,
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, my mom brought me some pizza that day. She was like, she didn't know I was playing. She was like, hi, I'm sorry. And like, we're good. It's all good.
Excited for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Mom's the real MVP. Spark Chief, it's exciting to see you guys getting that first up. We can't wait to see how the team is going to continue to mesh together and taking on all these teams. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, I mean, no one wanted to do it. This team hates content, so I'll just be here forever for the rest of the year.
That's fair.
So.
That's why we got you.
All good. Yeah, that's why they got me. Yeah,
but perfect. So we get a lot more opportunities to chat to you.
What's up, Paulie?
Yeah.
We ain't complaining. We ain't complaining. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Spark Chief. No one else wants to do it. Yeah, why do people hate content so much? I don't know. It's a weird thing. But yeah, I love people who are just real. You know, like you can clearly see that he cares. Like he cares deeply, and yeah, like they also like the fact that he just shared it. They're treating every team as just like it's a team, right?
Motion. I love it both on the highs and the lows, right? Like, yeah, if you talk a lot, you're gonna have to back it up, but if not, there's also that raw, I want this, and I think we need more of that, especially in this early esport as a, you know, you're doing hosts at the lands for them, you know, it's something I love to see is the passion there, and so, you know, more of that for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, you see that a lot, right, in the FGC. It's all about showing how much you care, how much you're super serious, and he was able to do that. So I'm excited to see way more of Team Liquid Citadel in the future, Zoe.
Yeah, and coming in with confidence, obviously, but also keeping it real, you know, saying, like, we're still kind of figuring it out. It's a lot of different pieces that they have.
Yeah, listen, I always love seeing the personalities, especially in a newer esport, right? As we continue to put that one to you, it's like you're seeing a lot of these players.
Who is this?
Awesome.
Austin, thank you so much.
Oh yeah, I
Right
didn't watch SSG versus whatever
Flick
at all.
One shutting down a huge hit there on Cal. They have to get another. Right now, this is decent time to put Venom in the rest of Space Station. My goodness gracious.
And once two going all the way up with the rest of Space Station, they're really hugging them on the other side. It's like a little bit here on the.
Is you can be the hot, heavy, flashy team. Kind of.
Our player ready now for our post-match interview.
Excited here. Finally, we get to talk to one of the players from Cafe Rose. No binds.
Hey, no binds. Congratulations, my man, to just open this whole thing up in the middle of the match. I shouted you out. I'm like, this man is getting work done as Venom. Tell me, how you kind of, honestly, you shocked everybody's expectations, taking down the order of FlyQuest. Not just winning, but 2-0 and looking dominant. Explain to me behind the scenes. You're coming to this team new. What is the vibe of Cafe Rose and this new upcoming team?
I mean, vibes are great. We did unfortunately have to lose 2 of our DPS players due to age restrictions, but you know, we picked up 2 great DPS from Team Extinction, Pro Players Angie, you know, we instantly clicked with them, Pro Players Angie, you know, we instantly clicked with them, vibes were great, you know, we're popping off Instagram, so we had to lock them in instantly, you know. Coming into this match, you know, we're hyped, we're ready, we love being underdogs. Like, it's such a great feeling when everyone's doubting you. You know, you look on Twitter, you see like all the tier lists, like, oh, Cafe Rose is everything.
That's what I'm saying.
It'd be crazy. Yeah, no.
I love that.
Dude, okay, I'm sorry, Coach. I just gotta say, first off, I want to know where you're at, man. Like, what basement are you in right now? Are you okay? Safe? We can need help. Like, I'm just like, yeah, right. Like, you guys got the strats.
Listen, I'm kind of homeless, but like, you know, we're gonna make it out the mud. It's gonna be okay, you know, gonna make it through the Ignite scene. But, you know, I mean, strats going into it, you know, just run it down main, just beat the other team. Only strat we got through.
Just beat the other team. Do you have a good idea of what to expect from the respective teams? You do have Swan Gaming expect from the respective teams. You do have Swan Gaming, I believe, coming up next. Have you been able to scrim against all of the teams yet? Like, what's your read? Where do you see you currently standing?
We've been scrimming a lot of the Ignite teams, you know, we've been doing our thing, you know, some teams winning, some teams losing. I think we have a really good chance against all the teams, really. Like, I know we're still a big underdog team, but I really think, you know, we just put our heads down, hustle and grind, you know, get our reps in, we can make stuff happen.
I mean, you certainly are on the right trajectory. What a great statement opening match. Thank you so much for joining us for a quick chat, and best of luck in tomorrow's match.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Pop off, King. That was awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is no binds, everyone, from Cafe Rose. Make sure to head on socials and share the love with
Wait, he's homeless? I don't know, bro. He's obviously in, like, he's somewhere. Like, he's not on the streets.
What a fantastic.
But, I mean, I don't know. He could be.
Coming up next, the other side of this.
Could be staying with a friend or something. It has been a 2-0. Please at least 100 Thieves in RG. If this is a 2-0, that'll mean we've had 10 series of Ignites in one day that are all 2-0s. Like, boring.
Good flow, guys. Good stuff.
Alright.
Yeah, I feel like one of the few.
There you go on to ban the Van Pool. Okay, going on to the next Protect though here, Cozy. I already like what I'm seeing though. It's been a really big focus. I think as a highlight, and I think as people made their adjustments to having triple ban within the respective rank game, as there's been a really big focus on that strategist because as you just saw in our last series, how strong still like a triple strategist is.
Shit,
No, for sure.
game
As we look at what they're trying to pull together as their last game plan, I actually have to give the guys TSM. I like going with the Loki save and with the Loki ban instead.
Wow.
Giving the Star-Lord up is going to be what was the last ban for them, but that save happening right before is why it's so important to try to get that order of operations. I definitely think that Tank Pool was the right call 2 bans ago. If it gets here, we'll see.
Oh, that's Scarlet.
Hey, good luck trying to have.
Hold on, I want to see map 2.
Onto ultimate charge across the.
Okay. Oh wow. Huh.
Board. That's
Well, let's see if they prior Elsa over Gambit this time.
I mean, Blur is up. What do you think?
Self at least find where they can, get. There's
off the table and said, all right, we ain't gonna have.
and that definitely will change how this already opens up with the protection on Elsa on their side as well. They're like, okay, you guys play.
They banned Gambit.
Okay, but give us the Super this time. We'll show what you can do with the monster hunter herself. The Vanguard protect on the Deadpool. This is just now going to offer a completely different flow and pace of the game that we just saw from Domination. There's the Elsa pick, the Elsa bans, the strategy that we saw on the opposite side from TSM last.
Really, TSM? Wait, TSM doesn't first pro Elsa? Is this even worth watching? So they don't get Elsa or Gambit. Hello? Because we're not a partner, Team Medusa.
It's a very important ban if you were TSM here, looking at what the strength was of Space Station. Which we've highlighted was a bit of the strength was of Space Station. Which we've highlighted was a bit earlier here to probably ban the Venom. They're going to go with the Deadpool Vanguard instead.
Okay, already expecting that from Space Station side, something that TSM get to protect from themselves. We get to see their next
You ban Sue. I think that's
horrible. Try to lead
horrible.
into, right? Because you won't have the Elsa on your side, which was what was allowing you to pop off originally, right, Cozy? Because we got to see that from Gale already specifically, and you won't have that.
Roll with Gale against the I'm not too worried about it. Loki's no longer an option for Cal, so they'll have to adjust.
Sue. What?
That's what I was hoping. Get that inverse Loki ban on their side is what they're looking like they're going to walk in. We have 2 very different team comps up together. TSM going to be.
Oh, how that pick and ban. Back away before. You're going to boost at least in some months. Strat ultimate for trying to dive back in, but the problem still remains. It looks like Cozy where Blur
Blur does unspeakable things to their backline. Okay.
has been the issue here. He keeps disrupting this backline, and not only that, you have to worry about Doom being on the Daredevil on top of Neckbright trying to shish kebab you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that pickoff also just stops a lot of the momentum that they had and allows Pizza Demon to get close. Stops a lot of the momentum that they had and allows Pizza Demon to get closer to that hit. And there's Cal finding one. So these strategists, that's what you want. Your triple strat, you have all that survivability, but if you can get those key picks, it's going to allow you to survive something like Pizza Demon falling. Fidel's going to crash again, and right now TSM is definitely finding themselves here in New York under the reign of Dracula, trying to get themselves back into this thing.
I mean, we obviously
Gilbert
have
Noodle
an
close on the ult. Gale going to follow with that combo and look at every strategist ready to go nearly, with Cal coming last, but that's important. This is going to be up to the wire here if they're able to hold on. 2.5 minutes left, Vic.
They know somebody's right behind him. It's a Daredevil to try to go in for the dive 1-2 onto the strat back line, and with the face of the abyss, then you have the third member in the chessboard, and that's going to be Neckrise following up to
Where we fade that.
Time Vic, from just having a station didn't give them an inch to breathe, and that's what you want to do with this comp, but perfect ult tracking.
Physically hurt. So much time, and it's so important, right, for this portion of the second checkpoint as he releases the Glartrox onto the strat. It's fine, though. Great timing from that Soul Resurgence on the Mantis ultimate. Must then get the It's Jeff. Neckrise avoids here, going into the back line up, looking down to help out Must, but at least Cal does have the passive. That's going to be the most important thing for TSM, because if he can get away with it, which he can't, it's going to be a full reset here for TSM.
Oh my goodness, absolute lunchtime month load. Anyone notice the big ol' just 3-piece that just happened off the map from this? It's gonna be Month throwing them off quickly with the point, so they don't have a lot of a defensive effort. Doom gonna have the Devil out right now. A little bit of a neutral game. Cal, I would say, in the TSM team have a bit of an advantage with this resurrection. We'll see if he gets caught out of place though and out of pocket. Doom gonna go ahead, dive in, has the Devils ready to be let out. Here it comes. Vicky finds one with bedtime story and continue to look for success, but good bubble there.
And is the Born Again lesson long enough to avoid letting the Devil out? Because guess what? Blur is still in the fray, and we are then in the Feast of the Abyss. Unleashed. Does it find it smart, though? It does not, because he gets punished immediately afterwards. I love this positioning that we're currently seeing from Gale, who is currently damage boosted by that Mantis. You see different positioning held by Cal to also harass them. They hold them back for now, and TSM finally gets some room to breathe.
I've said this for this team time and time again, whether it's in Ignite or other tournaments, Gale is such the glue that holds this team together, especially with the damage boost up. You're giving this man everything you need. Didn't work on the else on the last map, but have it here on this one with a good
put up a really good showing. It's probably the best team in bracket.
Close to the Soul Resurgence.
But I don't know like, if they're
this
going
is
to be
where they
better
kind
than
of
any of the other teams.
on the last first point. Can they get these points up? Guru's going to get Nectar out. That's going to give them the time they need to get these other strategist ults. And hopefully, if you're a TSM fan, get this thing going a bit more. There's the clobbering time down, Vic.
Oh, we don't kill that Venom.
It was only up to Blur.
I feel like their comp is just horrible.
He's still being a menace because Month is right there. He sees the reset. You currently have the Unsung Infernal on some Month, who actually avoids being focused here. He repositions right behind the rest of Space Station. Blur comes down. By the way, another Feast of the Abyss. You would think it's Thanksgiving here. How he's been feasting like it's a buffet. He moves back, but the Glartrox gets sent out, and Gale then gets a follow-up. I mean, negating those two ultimates that were used from Space Station.
The perfect answer, the Glartrox and the Feast of the Abyss, one of those alone should be able to get a couple wipes, but no, it's going to be them only using the Soul Resurgence, keeping the team up, and this is
your
it.
audio
1 minute,
is
24
overridden by the
seconds,
stream.
have the internal bond ready. Cal should be close to follow up there. Look out for Month, though. We'll see.
Is this fucking thing on yet?
Talking about Terra, right?
No.
We've seen Self go crazy.
Play the biggest part of this matchup and what could be their path to a 2-0, and he's looking for. He's hungry. He's hungry, Vicky. He's ready for lunch.
I think
Oh my.
everybody's just hungry on this team, it looks like. But Month does get stunned temporarily. He's still alive for now. Getting pocketed by Fidel. Here over to the other side. Necrai just looking for the hunt before diving inside. Necrai just looking for the hunt before diving in. And it's going to be Guru who tries to find the isolation onto the Jeff. Originally, I love the fuel that we currently see from Necrise.
Oh, my voice is quiet compared to the stream. Is that true, guys? Is my voice too quiet for like the audio of the stream? Oh, oops.
Dagger here from Pizza Demon is going to have the Eternal Bond.
Yeah, I can lower it a little bit. I can't increase my audio anymore, but I can lower this.
The way that Space Station's playing this, they're just backing away here instead. They just saw
No.
that Cloak and Dagger Eternal Bond, said, okay, fine, you can have this space.
Yes, it's quieter. Oh, okay. Well, it should be better now. No, I feel like we have the easier group.
Hoping to get this resurrection rolling for the team. Doom going to go ahead and get picked up on the bedtime. Story Cal going to bring right back, and here they go. Win again, fight again. Necrise finds Gale. Monto was hungry, as we said, finds 2, and it's strats. My God, it's disgusting.
Born again into, oh, gone again. Unfortunate. Thanks to the H-Jet from Month, and now Space Station get that second checkpoint.
Why is Swamp the only team to believe in White Fox? No idea. I think White Fox is good.
Keep out and keep up alive.
A lot to worry about here too on this extra side. You can see the way that TSM is trying to play a little bit split, trying to give them their attention to make sure that they have fuel for that back.
Don't underestimate your group. We're not underestimating anyone, bro. We don't think we have a single free match in our group. Like, we are like heavily preparing for every team in our group. I'm just saying, if you look at our group compared to like, you know, the other group has Sen, NRG, Swamp, 100 Thieves. Like those teams are just better than the teams that are in our bracket.
Cal's a mile away from the old bedtime stories falls again. Pizza Demon maybe can get back, but it's Jeff falls as well. And this is going to be the push all the way to the middle of this castle. First point going to be at 3-0. 1.75 on the clock. Nectar finds more. Nectar tries to join, and there it is. 3.
Wow. I mean, TSM is just not looking. They're not looking the best
together.
Right now.
You're gonna expect the itch from their side of things, and kind of taking a note here from.
Yeah, you're on BP tomorrow. Yeah, I'm on BP.
Blur already getting ready too, but Blur's been a big highlight now as you see him take out the group.
What do you mean your group has Yeah, we lost in it? Yeah. I don't know if you're rage baiting or not, but Yeah, we lost is like nowhere close to as good as Swamp is or Liquid. Like they're good, but they're not like.
With the Sharks up is Gilbert trying to take a page out of Blair's note on the first map. A little bit of something going, just trying to get those cooldowns, those important hits for their team. And we saw plenty of bedtime story on Psylocke with those early buffs. We'll see if he can take full advantage. Angela going to go and get a quick hit on there as Necroise now has a bit of the advantage on the height.
Still being that mosquito that they're trying to swat away, though. Taking a lot of that damage, and this is the issue when you're running a triple Vanguard lineup from Space Station, and you have Month and Fidel who are keeping everyone alive. But look at this communication.
You don't think Yeah, we lost to be at the top? I think they're like middle of the pack. I think they're like around us.
You gotta take your eyes to see which of these ultimates are online, but it's gonna be TSM having the tank pool to be able to dive right
I think they could punch, like they could punch up, but like
side,
I don't think that they're incapable of winning. Like it's not like they're like.
After getting that environmental KO.
It's not winnable for them. Like they could definitely win. I just don't think that they're as good as Liquid or Swamp or 100 Thieves. Although I haven't scrimmed 100 Thieves in a while, but definitely not Liquid or Swamp, or probably Sen, but maybe Sen. I don't know. It's been a while since I scrimmed. Obviously, we haven't scrimmed. Yeah, we lost in a while because they're not in our bracket. But like, I don't know. They're not bad. They can win, but I don't think they're as good as the top, like the top 2-3 teams.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Oh, we lost.
He said, "Get down, Mr. President." He saves the day. He gets him back up. And he got the double jump.
Is it true?
Right?
NRG hasn't lost a scrim, or 100 Thieves haven't lost a scrim. I don't know. I heard it was like that before season 7.
That second point, and then the immediate turnaround.
Switch to live stream. Is it finally fucking starting?
Let's do it, Cozy. We're here, back together
again. All right.
With 100 Thieves, back together as well. Because when you talk about that Vanguard lineup, that's
okay. Both teams big, yeah, but
a lot of experience playing together between
protect Elsa.
And I like to see if TTK has also been able to be flexible because I'm already looking at him.
Rebanning first, Mantis, Loki.
On both sides, but it's NRG who do manage to get the Elsa Protect first.
Which one is it gonna be?
Yeah,
we got Unipro Gaming. I don't know. I'm competitive and I like games.
I remember giving hugs all around Atlanta, telling 100 Thieves that there's always next year. But then same goes with a lot of these players down here on NRG.
Okay, Mantis.
Elsa safe.
Brought Elsa.
We already know that is going to give NRG a different look as they approach this first bit of the point.
Yeah, stop trolling and prod Elsa. What is there to talk about?
Triple strat has gone
like
today,
what?
And I haven't loved it. So that Mantis ban early is.
Do they actually? Yeah. Every single one of their players has animated Fox.
For the team, but for the first time today.
And Tank Bull.
The
sex ban, like Jeff.
So it's gonna be the Elsa duel, and I like
Jeff or Mantis, either are fine.
Is it gonna be really like the server admin Elsa, since we are playing on the patch that did not come out yesterday, the previous patch right before that, just for anybody tuning in, making sure you're wondering, oh, why does Elsa still have that extra HP? Well, that's why. As the
I really don't like it when teams ban Sue.
I
don't know.
They see the Elsa Protect, and they don't want a damage boosted Elsa to get away with everything.
This is such a Cerebro level, a big brain picking bands, and probably some of my favorite out of what we've seen today.
Oh,
with
okay.
both
I mean, I guess it makes sense if we're prodding Angela for TTK.
And what Velocity and Co have cooked up as well. But looking at it, so the Mantis double ban is kind of closing to be similar things. You know, funny enough, when Angela was nerfed in the
CD
recent
better
patch,
ban than
I
Sue?
even called out TTK, and I'm like, I wonder how TTK is going to adjust to what was, you know, a lot of Angela play lately. Well,
Man,
there's
Daredevil?
a little bit of an answer with the save going on to Angela, the one-wing angel. Last save, ready to go.
I guess. I can't think of what else they would ban.
Yeah, it's gonna be the tank pool. Looks like here from NRG, because I was gonna say like another lineup to look at is.
Yeah, I'm also Lord Animated White Fox.
We talked a lot about Self. We talked about the flexibility that
those 100 Thieves have a DD,
yeah. Too. And as the final ban comes out, it looks like the double Elsa, Angela, and the tank pool are saved up. A lot of focus on the strategist for NRG Shock, though, so it's going to be a little difficult here. Hopefully that backline will be able to stay up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And see what they are going to end up adjusting to. Right now, they're just aura flexing. You can see everybody just wanting to rep their favorite animated icons. Legitimately would not expect anything less from some of those players down there from NRG. And then you have Window just chilling on the Vanguard Deadpool. Show what he's got. But Stinker's locking in the Elsa. That's what I expected there.
It does mean I'm Lord Animated Blade. Remind me, Luca. I'll have her like Lord Animated Blade tomorrow, bro.
And there's okay. We do have a little bit of swaps going on. I'm gonna go and take over that Elsa instead. And on the 100 Thieves side, we got the Self on Wolf, which Vicky, you know, I mean, Self can play a crazy Hawkeye, a crazy, obviously Panther, as we said, but Wolverine was in that rotation.
Yes, he was, and that's why I was talking about like just Self also leaning into those strengths. When I was taking a look at the meta and how these teams are going to play it out, and especially finding out that they weren't going to be playing out on that most recent patch.
What's your main hero pool?
It's not the BP, it doesn't even have to roll
Star,
out, right?
Daredevil,
Here because he's got an
fucking
and you can expect that when you see
Spider-Man, fucking whatever. Whatever is good, bro.
Who usually we've seen on the Emma taking some hits herself.
I like how I said Spider-Man as if Spider-Man's good, but
his best hero.
Spider-Man's horrible, bro. Like I swear that character is just dog shit.
Come on now, this is still the same old 100 Thieves. Stinkers is ready as the lawyer looking in this backline early. Gonna go ahead and hunt, go way back behind the port here and see what they can find. I'm gonna get some early poke damage as TTK's up in the sky early as that one-wing angel is called out before. Vinny has added Venom to his plethora of vanguards and continues to find success. But right now, Caught in a Pickle doesn't find any exit and quickly finds elimination. Now, 100 Thieves down too early.
Where was he supposed to go? He was stuck in the Beyblade and spinning around before he could try to get away, and they find that as that first pick, although they do trade that off. But look who found them. Energy are going to be able to take that point first, it looks like, before Window takes that quick selfie. But it's a reset for 100 Thieves and a great dominating way for Energy to make a statement.
Yeah, what an opening right there, and especially Window getting close to that ult yet again. TTK and Vinny got to lock in here and be in one step. 100 Thieves, that we've pointed this out before, I was actually talking with Shiv about this, is they're a little slow out the gates. We've seen that not only in matches, but also like in complete preseason sometimes. And then they kind of come into form later when they need to clutch up. But we'll see if that continues with this new Thieves team now. And the quick ult Window going to throw on the back line. 2 White Fox involved if you're a fan of the new strategist. TTK goes down yet again there. Struggling in the Vanguard line, but Self and Vinny find
interesting. They killed both.
See if they can capitalize.
I mean, why did their team not walk in when they were like hard walking? They're all feeling like that. Like what? Where the boys at?
They got the Glowshots ready though, Vic.
And they released it already. Looking at the point before bouncing over to the side of the walls, it makes you wonder for 100 Thieves, was this Angela safe worth it? Because TTK is having
this character
bad
is
time.
so crazy, bro.
3 KO.
Wait, did he just dash into it? Yeah, he did. I was about to say.
Answer back, finds Chime, but Energy already reaching that 50% mark before 100 Thieves were able to finally flip it back in their favor just 10% ago. Vinny survived with like 1 HP before popping the armor, and no one's looking at Winnie just yet. Beast of the Abyss is now going to target this backline. They try to delete him beforehand. A kidnap to make sure that there's PO for the backline. Welcome to the self-show over to the
Yo, use your swing, you fat ass.
What game are we watching? I just saw two monsters up at once. Ninetales beat Ninetales. That was perfect timing. As now diving in, Vinny finds the back line. And this is just like what we saw in the Lunex game, that they were able to get the point early, so this fight was helping them a bit more with 34% in climbing.
What do you think it has the energy take this game? I've received inside information that apparently 100 Thieves is going to lose. But it's looking like we got our first, like not our first, but it's looking like we got a scrap on our hands.
40% up.
I do really like the Wolf pick here from Self, though. It's very good into Daredevil and Venom. And he can't match the Daredevil, and there's nothing else that he can play here that I think would be better.
With Delena already getting close to another Apex Predator, shining on this roll before we see another kidnap. Where can you go? Absolutely nowhere.
Maybe Sai? Sai would be fine, yeah. No, Sai isn't even that good. It's like okay.
And I don't think they really have anywhere
but
to
Wolf
go.
is fine. I think Wolf is good.
But guess what? Delena is set up for shop uncontested.
Oh, and that is really just setting them up perfect to T-ball and home run this ball, because now
what balance change Elsa needs?
You got the Lino with the Glartrox. They're kind of matching a bit of what NRG
remove the shield on her ult, or on her dash entirely, and increase the cooldown from 2 to 3 seconds at max instinct.
In fact, if you look across the board, very close either way. We'll see what Window does here. Keep eyes on Window, because they can get early pressure.
Probably nerf her damage by like 15% too.
Well, the Heaven just reach, and you want to get these follow-ups, though. Delays it just a little bit because the Glartrox is out, and he is hungry. You try to survive with your velocity, but there's not much you can do. With Franco going down, you let the Devil out. You try to even this out here, too. You close in the gap. The Millennials right there with the dance-off to keep everybody from 100 Thieves alive.
Woo. Yeah, finishes, it has both shows going at the same time, but this is what I was saying with the setup and the home run before. Just the way the rotations happen, winning that neutral fight early benefited so much. Delena with a demon on the Hela, and back now in form of the Monster Hunter in Elsa, showing what they can do. Portal coming out, body blocks ready. They do touch, which is huge as Delena takes down the Venom. Now staggering in for survival. Vicky is coming down the last minute. Berserker Rage up and down, taking out the point, but still on. Winnie gets a pig. Vicky, this is coming down to the seconds.
Look at Delena! Somebody
yeah, this character, this Lucci character, this Elsa character has been nerfed like,
was able to set up,
what, 5 or 6 times by now, and is still like pick or ban?
If you tell me that you're dealing with Delena, who gets Elsa for free, no Elsa ban, I mean, you're just gonna have to deal with the onslaught of damage from the other side.
Who am I gonna do the tier list with, Imperator?
I mean, we got to see what we wanted to see out of the newcomers, both Self and Winnie, right, on this team, but then also the core 4 of this 100 Thieves that we've just known and appreciated here in Ignite early and often. Energy Shock, though, we told you they'd have a lot of talent all together. Seeing what they've got, you know, I think right now their opening fight was extremely well done, but 100 Thieves is on the ready for the Glartrox. Both times able to burn down very quickly. NRG is looking to do the same.
Awareness and following up too from Vinny. Clutch moments on getting those antis as well. See the Deadpool just being a potty mouth. I just love this character inclusion in this game. He's so accurate to what he is, but it always cracks me up. I'm never over it. As we come out of the gates, will it be enough though going into this if we see some of these changes here, Cozy?
Yeah, I think Self and the Kidnaps have been absolutely huge for the team as well, and been able to really benefit off that, just to separate a lot of the aggression early. TTK up in the skies.
Who makes your tier list thumbnails, Mike?
But not exactly to huge success, but if one man can show it, it is the TTK himself. Plenty in here in the backline as the Luna. People might be shocked at the Luna play, but not a ton of options here to play in the strategist department. Either way, Delena going to go ahead and pop up. Did that early poke pressure. Glartrox is moments away. There's a quick teleport to keep them alive and healthy. They continue to farm up. Now they're ready, Vic.
Look how sneaky Self was trying to be, but they call out on Millennia from the hands of Velocity. That's a big pick. The Winnie's right there, submitting the Ninetales like you mentioned, and Delena is feasting like it is a buffet, unstoppable to help back and help heal for the backline too, while dealing so much damage.
I gotta catch them all. I mean, he did. I mean, it's all 4 right there quickly. As Delena is showing why he can easily be the anchor in this duelist that he's been for 100 Thieves. Looking back up, Energy Shock has 3.
Thanks for the love.
They can make a difference with, and I actually like what they've got available. Keep your eyes out on
release the Glartrox. Yay! Bloody Deadpool.
Right. I mean,
cheers, mate. Breathing gunshot.
Something rolling for this team.
Diablo's
Zelena
hungry.
Right now, and I think that's exactly why they're doing this swap up, because they go over to the Daredevil, and guess who is the first person Sneakers is looking at? It's Zelena. And then you follow up Velocity saying that they have had enough.
Cozy shouted you out earlier. What do you say?
100 Thieves. They really only had Millennia for that sustainability, and Millennia.
Was it about the Glartrox comment I made?
That Dance Revolution, and Chime now follows to find Vinny.
What's up,
No
Okiyo? Thanks for the
sustainability,
prime,
and
bro.
it comes right
Appreciate
back
it,
around
beast.
because Energy haven't been able to flip it. Beautiful stall now coming in from 100 Thieves. This is huge.
Yeah, I was going to say, wow, what an aggressive approach, but if they didn't cap, you might as well. They are backing out here, and they do end up finishing, but you know what? Every tick matters. Obviously, might want to have that one back. Was it worth the extra 4%? Not sure, but either way, do love the approach. And this is what 100 Thieves is. They are a very aggressive team by nature. Still up and ready, though. They've got the feast there, and they've got the window ult. So both Vanguards up and ready. If they can take down the strategist early with this pressure, and keep this point up to 50, they got a shot to take it.
See where this Van Hammer is going to be landing on, trying to isolate one of the backlights, but it's going to be
No, we
hard
play
for
tomorrow.
himself.
Poopmaster,
He's
4
waiting
p.m.
to
Central.
dive together with TTK. Zelena, the Apex Predator available. Okay, Millennium immediately freezing window, by the way. We were talking about window wanting to try to isolate one of the strats. This forces Energy to play extremely split up, and they lose out on Madara.
When he's showing the new White Fox and what he can do as the newest strategist, absolutely lethal. Rinko
Thanks, Samar. Appreciate it,
Beast.
beast.
This is exactly what we wanted to see. If Window can get the opportunity from the ult to shut down and let the dominoes fall as they may, now can a match.
Yeah, I think White Fox Luna is a really good backline. It's my favorite backline to play with.
Far from much. They've got the self ult they can use, but it's going to take another neutral battle where NRG's got the upper hand, and so expect this to at least go to 99 in terms of shock. They can hold on.
Especially if you could see how
Rethinking predictions.
Is gonna fare. Just trying to maybe find an isolation.
I think I might put Swamp at number 1, but other than that, not really.
As he's hungry to dive here into the back. The charm! The charm! No way! Madara gets swatted away. And
that's why Luna White Fox is broken, by the way. You should have like 5 forms of CC from your backline to peel each other. You're both 275.
Take this point before backing away. Energy are nearing that 90% point. A nice stun from Winning, who is showcasing what this White Fox can do.
The Agent of Atlas and that charm is just coming in clutch, being able to stop so many ults, and there goes the Glartrox, but quickly with a slice and dice, Time gets one, but Self is feasting, and that was absolute perfection in case of 100 Thieves. Now they're gonna be forced to try to tuck where they can, sustain as much as possible, point taken back.
Bro, they flaked TTK.
Wow, Winnie putting on a show, big.
I also
funny.
really like how Self didn't get overzealous, right? Waited for the opportunity to get the last stand dive down, and then the follow-ups came right afterwards for 100 Thieves.
No, yeah, great point. Honestly, Self has been showing extreme patience from the first map to now this.
If you die in Fox form, you should just die. I think if you die in Fox form, you should come out with the HP that you had when you went in it, personally. I don't think you should be full HP, but...
Just getting that extra poke. You're going to be fueling up their strategist now as Millennia does have ult. We'll see if they use this aggressive. I might here, especially given the ult tracking on energy side.
Also just waiting, having to be careful.
There it is.
As with both worlds, before you have the Feast of the Abyss to follow
idiot.
right afterwards from Vinny.
Just Venom, but Venom's back.
The Glartrox here, and Millennia's gonna be able to have that dance off with Velocity side by side. But all eyes too on Renko on how they're gonna be able to use the Kumiko Unleash as overtime is ticking away. Energy are able to try to flip this, but 100 Thieves get right back onto it. There's a sustainability as Winning wins the 1v1 versus Chime.
And Winnie is getting clutch picks there with the White Fox. Again, this is pre-Pat. Pre-Fox getting the Giga buff as Velocity now playing down low, trying to make sure that this point can be taken. If anyone steps off, keep your eyes on the prize. Window and Madara gets through TTK trades. Window gets another. Hold on, folks. Stinkers is going to make this interesting as time is ticking.
Yeah, the Daredevil ulting has no chance of winning against Elsa. Enjoy.
Desperation from 100 Thieves will not come because it is now 1-1, Vic.
Window? The tank goal? I mean, talk about literally whiplash for that final fight, too. Coming in clutch, making sure that swap up with Daredevil also got the impact that it needed. That's even with, by the way, Winnie being able to find that pick on the time.
She's good, March. She's good.
There because they knew Millennia had
Depends on comp a little bit, but for the most part, she's just really good.
Right from afar, because you're not gonna. you know, when you're poking from afar, your strategist isn't building any ult because it already has it, right? So at this point, they kind of were like letting them play the first move, and then they did, and they answered with the perfect defensive play. So it's just big brain play that takes, you know, a lot to see it from any angle. But got to shout out Winnie as well. Winnie's been playing a terrific game as this new addition on the Fox. But altogether, looking at the ults, Vicky, what do you see to set us up for the next fight?
Well, if anything, the highlight to the fact that Energy had more of that sustainability to work with because they rotated through Velocity and Renko's ults very nicely, desyncing them together. It's very similar to what we're going to see for this first fight from 100 Thieves because they want to rely on Winnie and that Camille Unleash to help them create the space that they need and maybe follow up together with Self.
Absolutely. Great breakdown. 21 seconds till point opens. This one typically takes some time, folks, to get the first cap. So we'll see if anyone can get a cheeky pick off. Self 97% up. Look for him to hold on to it for a moment there. And Chime's got the Glartrox already. We'll see who's first to press the Q. Running in the back lines here, like the approach. We got Vinny just hanging out on the walls as he finds himself a quick hit there. Delena, quick pokes up early in the sky. Going to try to get himself something aggressive-wise. Playing somewhat passively, though, both teams now. And again, this point just takes some time to get, Vic.
And this is the neutral, right? It's very hard to find your opportunity with Wolverine, but when you do, you have to capitalize. He manages to swing away. Sneakers gets stunned temporarily. He falls incredibly low, and Self comes out on top of that 1v1. Now you follow up between Delena and Chime, and everyone is trying to eat, but it is Delena and their Glartrox that comes out on top. And then you completely go in with the dive down from Self, and it's Velocity who's the last victim.
What a great
Who trolled that fight, chat? What'd I miss?
Perfectly having the Glartrox fall into the underbelly there and kind of force the arena down low. Absolutely pro play at its finest.
Saipe was saying you use so much to get moderate value.
On their side. Love the Vinny and Winnie. That's going to be a
the grab on DD. Yeah, if I'm Stinkers and I have to play into TTK, who's like the best Angela in the game when he's snowflaked, I have cancer.
Here on this third crucial last point.
Yeah, very similar to like the Delena and Millennia. I've always had that in mind as well, looking at 100 Thieves. Now we get to add Winnie into the fray, who's been doing great. Delena's trying to look here at the Venom, who's trying to delay the anti. Oh, wow, Millennia's avoiding getting hit with an anti as they have that dance off from both sides. This time, though, Vinny answers back even harder. Finds 3, maybe 4 here before the Heaven's Retribution sends everybody
What is going
together.
on?
Absolutely perfect counterplay there, trying to get the damage boost into the healing, and both teams able mainly to stay up through that. And shout out to the spectators doing the color explosion to see the top in view of the chaos here as Delena continues to pick off one by one, slowly getting that Glartrox, hungry again for more. And here comes the Ninetales. This is going to allow the dive to happen with it. Keep your eyes on Window, 82%, 92, and climbing. Self, though, flashing and dashing. That front line, Stinker finds some success, Vicky. Now Window's got the ult. They should be able to collapse on this.
And Seekers, though, finding 2. That's the strategists that are out for 100 Thieves. No sustainability that they would like. And with Vinny already
carry the king.
Armor, it's
carry the
a matter
king.
of time before he needs them back in the spawn. And Energy are able to clear this point for their own good.
And keep in mind, just like we said before, this Deadpool only getting more lethal as we get into point number 3. It's fully loaded with the golden deagles and katanas, right?
Yep.
Window ready to go with this ult. They did not have to commit it, as well as Stinker. So favor, even though 81%. But the next fight is for NRG. We'll see how much they have to use, though, to earn this W, but they've got plenty in the arsenal.
That's a very good call out, Cozy. It's very important to highlight just the build-up that Deadpool has overall. Especially when he gets to level up and he's got the ultimate and he's isolated back himself. Says, don't worry, I got you.
He makes it. He makes it back. Wow.
Get back from that, bouncing over to the ledge side. It looks like he did. And now Seekers comes in. He lets the devil out.
My fault, Doc. I'll look in a second.
Winning after they were being harassed. What a beautiful play as Window stayed up there.
WTF, man, they've committed a lot to get Window out of that fight. Sounds like I got him. Dylan is like, no, me, and uses the Glartrox. They didn't even get the off the map. So Window taking so much pressure and staying alive through it. That would have been a lot to commit, what we just said, Vicky, for one elimination, but didn't even find it in that. So now Energy Shock side, they've got Chime combined with the Venom, but they're going to look to combine Luna with Venom here. Once again, the response is going to be there if Millennia can get their ult just in time as well. This is going to be exactly kind of similar to the fight that you just saw.
Get a little bit of that damage boost going too. Really take advantage of the anti-heal that comes out from the Feast of the Abyss. Same game though for Madara, except they don't have that advantage. and definitely will have that sustain now with Deletta finding Renko. Energy still has control of the point for right now. The anti-heal comes out, and Millennia is going to be able to follow up. Vinny may want to try to capitalize.
No supports, just like that.
Who've already taken care of the strategist now. His velocity going down too. Window finally gets shish kebab this time around, but Energy are not giving up this point just yet. Still
They just die. They just die. Rotating, they just die, bro. That's like the worst thing that can happen in this game is if you die without the enemy team using ults. Like, it's just so bad.
TTK has the Heaven Retribution, which is huge in moments just like this. Watch out as Energy Shock has Madara summoning up the portal. The Sorcerer Supreme is ready. They're going to take the portals of the level itself, though. TTK was expecting it, waiting there from the One-Wing Angel. Ready to go. Throws it down from up above. Chime throws the Glartrox out. It's match for match, Q for Q. TTK down, Vicky.
The Glartrox have clipped TTK's wings before they come into recontest. Huge stun as Self dives in, but doesn't have the sustain from Winnie, despite having the clean hole unleashed. Now it's going to be their turn to try to see if they can pour in instead, as Madara had swapped over to allow everybody from Energy to come back.
And they have just enough time here as it's ticking up and up, closer and closer to the first map. It's as close as we've been today, folks. Great use as Madara used the damage up from velocity. They get the pick on Vinny early. 99 portal open, just barely touching, allowing things to happen and continue to pull. But this is where one goes down by one. Loki lanterns out to let them at least touch some part of the point, Vicky. Vinny opens up. It's feasting time. Finds nothing. It's NRG.
Oh, wow. Energy won.
Huh. First match.
But Winnie has the pass already used up, but you made the swap over to the Adam Warlock, expecting, you know, can you even get that ultimate in time with the openers and with the Iron of a Gamodo?
Wow.
That is Madara.
That's crazy, bro.
What Energy just did for
I have
this first
cancer
match.
if I'm Delena, by the way.
Only one team right now is stealing a win, and it is not the Thieves. It is NRG Shock getting the first dub on domination. And we knew this team had the play callers, the talent, and the execution available. And way to come back and snag those two. Cham getting the MVP. How fitting with our pre-lineup and discussion of this match. Vicky, I mean, take a look at the scoreboard. What's popping to you?
I mean, aside from the obvious of Chime coming out with those 13 finals, seeing him pop off in his own regard, I think the swap-ups, right? Stinkers being over.
How does Vinny only have 4 finals when TTK is 9?
Was huge on the tank war.
I guess he's on Venom. Venom doesn't get really that many finals, to be honest. It's my favorite dinosaur. I don't fucking know, bro. What am I, 5? Yeah, Delena has 21 finals and lost.
Even if they was
unlucky
for the backline that Self was trying really hard to protect them from, because then you also have to worry about the Venom, right? Together with that, you're looking in 2 different directions. You look like a chameleon.
Yeah, my fault, Prism. I'm grouchy,
bro. Looking to the front at the same time, but also Renko and Velocity, the way that they were able to hold their own. Millennia did a lot of sustain. I mean, 45k, but up to the 21 final hits from Delena, there's only so much you could do when your backline was getting oppressed. Maybe Self thinking about, was the Wolverine worth it at this point when you couldn't really get as many kidnaps as you may have wanted?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the 6th member, or the 7th, and the Glartrox as well, because
like PK, you big. Can you be nice, Big B? Yeah, my fault, bro. My fault. I'm sorry.
TTK knew where they were coming from, right? Like they were all ready, and it just didn't matter. They were able to break through that sustain, and yeah, shout out to Window as well. This is a player that I've continued to highlight that is just shown to be a star in the most clutch moments. Vic, you'll never forget when we saw that, you know, what was it, 20-minute overtime. Window kept on that sustain in, you know, Envy back in the day, and continues to show it for this new team in Energy Shock. A team absolutely stacked. 100 Thieves is the only team shocked right now, alongside all those that predicted.
Yo, Medusa, thanks for the 5 gifted, bro.
2-0, folks,
I appreciate that, Beast. Good luck tomorrow, Chief. Thank you, bro.
What do you think?
Thank you, man.
I mean, this is exactly what we wanted to see. We were praying for a close match literally all day long. And granted, the scorelines don't really tell the story in our previous matches. I think a lot of them could have gone the distance, but this one could really be it. I love how close they played it. I also just love that we immediately saw from both teams that they have a distinct style, that they do have an identity already in this new meta.
W fucking gifted.
Price has been on
Alright, let's see what happened here.
Leave some room too, as I've also
100 Thieves better not lose. They might.
This lineup from Space Station is impeccable.
One-Wing Angel getting it done all at once here. Nexter is just waiting for that Glartrox as well. Might look for the combo. Gale does have the legendary, and we've got the Dance execution from Bedtime Story, who just continues to not be able to find that value early here as Psylocke, and getting pressured down to take their strategist's attention. Now Guru going to go ahead and try to get something going for the team. Glartrox is out and up, finds one. as it continues to go back. Nothing from it, though, and this is where everyone has press Q. Move in if you're a TSM. Meteor goes down, connect.
Oh!
Bam!
Oh, wow.
Doom with the slam dunk, Vic.
Oh! He goes in, he left Gilbert Noodle 1, by the way. Like, again, Doom now moves up. Necrise still has that ultimate ready to go. Angela's been such a problem. I mean, if Eris saw this, she'd be having a little bit of PTSD, as you had mentioned, the one-winged Angel coming out to play. But TSM,
What's up, Mozo?
two ultimates. The only thing is,
Yeah,
though,
sorry, what's up, Mozo?
They
And who's the
only
best
have
DD
anything
player
to
like?
follow, but it has to be Gilbert Noodle that opens it up to allow Gale to pop off of an anti.
I think Daze is up there. I'm up there.
Yeah, forced out Gale. The legendary from the back.
Rise pretty decent.
This is kind of what we've seen from him. Gilbert Noodle does get 2 in the back. It's both strategists, so this is going to be their time to take point 1. This fight is going to continue, and that's all you need.
Self was probably pretty good at it too.
For your first appearance
Jitward,
in
of
the
course.
season of year 2, Vicky.
Great option coverage too, knowing that everyone wanted to hide away from that Galactic Legend and wanted to hide inside that hallway, so you get the Feast of the Abyss to clean up the rest of that fight. Space Station, though, already back up, trying to hold this choke. And remember, when we saw TSM originally on the defense, they were stuck over some big staggered KOs, and Necrise still holding onto the ult before Gilbert Noodle tried to dive in. He sends it down on the spear, but no follow-up as everyone was kind of outside of that tank pull bubble, but Bedtime Story still gets called out.
Yeah, there's actually a big pick there from Guru to be able to help out and trading the duelist front, but with the res that has him back to
Yeah, we play tomorrow.
65, such an advantage here at this level play, why Rocket gets that love. Al now playing the whole wheel strategist at this point, it feels like, and going to throw out that ult early. Guru pushing in the aggression of Polo. We'll see if they continue forcing the ult from Fidel. This gives them not only the space, but also the ult advantage moving in, Vicky. Like
I'll be there, carry the king. Legit, carry the king.
Look out for this rotate.
Carry the king, save the kingdom, boys.
Pizza Demon there too to try to save the day. Does have that itch depth ready, but Space Station have a lot of along of cider too, as TSM are down a minute less than 55 seconds. And I like the feels too, because you currently see them just going to be able to follow up with that team up from the Venom too. You try to go in for the Feast of the Abyss if you're Blur, but
will I play Spider-Man?
Smart here instead. TSM having
Yeah, I'm gonna play
the
Spider-Man,
BRB
bro.
Brings back Pizza Demon at the very least.
There's like a
And nice
90% chance I go Spider-Man.
From Cal, just trying to get these follow-ups. He's not going to get caught by the itch jab. Instead, he tries to clear the points, and you have Bedtime Story as the insurance policy to find 3.
That is the TSM that we expected to see a little bit. They looked way more harmonized on this, and like they had a plan against what might be thrown at them. Definitely a lot of work being done by that res beacon, by the way. 2 crucial reses happen at the right time. So now with 2 minutes, 41 seconds, only 26 seconds left for Space Station. So they're on track, TSM is. They used a lot, obviously, but needed to. Gilbert going to be close and can combine with Gale. They did that just enough to get point 1, Vicky. Let's see if they use that as their option here.
Actually with Month, by the way.
Monster on BP tomorrow? Yeah, probably.
The next victim here. Necrise tries to move all the way
Who all
up.
played today? A lot of
Holding
teams,
on.
bro. I don't
They're
know.
coming in clutch. It's so big here. That's why we see that rocket swap of 2, right? They wanted to see if they could try to get these follow-ups immediately when we see that Fidel was on that Invisible Woman from Space Station side. And now you have the Galactic Legend from Gale, just putting in so much of the pressure. Everybody from Space Station, though, they're out of his line of sight. They walk away. Just wait for it to end.
Yeah, we all know Venom. I mean, he just keeps feasting. It is very hard to take that man down. They full committed on it. Doom going to go ahead and find a quick hit on Cal. Finally getting rid of the raccoon and going to continue to find what was left from it now. And there's Guru trying to throw up his best ult. Doom goes down from it. Bedtime Story starting to heat up a little bit.
I just wanted to say hi. Good luck with streaming line. Thanks, Mozo. Appreciate it, bro.
Angela and the Yokai next. Finds more, 42%.
Yeah, we're gonna have a Hulk Spider-Man mirror tomorrow, guys. It's gonna be crazy. Tune in.
Does find the best of Bedtime Stories. That slows them down. Minute 27 in counting.
Wipe or let it crust?
Talking about these BRBs.
That's tough, bro.
Right back as a
If you let it crust, you can savor it for later.
Taking a little bit of time to warm up here. But popping off on this side lock, you see the dive there from the Venom, and that's why these swaps have been so crucial too, because Month realizing, okay, they haven't been able to take care of Cal, so they're gonna need to get more of this follow-up.
Are we in map 2 yet?
In this communication.
This is crazy. This shit takes too damn long, bro.
Help out the back line as Blur is forced to back away, but he's got the reset available with the Feast of the Abyss as Doom dives in on top of Cal and finds the
Bodied.
next hit.
Oh man, do not let the lawyer get too close to you. Objection. Blur finds one. Next, D'Angelo coming up shortly, and hello to the first appearance of White Fox in our America scene quickly. He's even ready for
No, Swallow, don't. The other regions are horrible.
Well, has this dance of the butterfly. We'll see if we can get good rotation in the back and see get Fidel out early. We'll spell success, but Doom gonna get Cal. That's 2 for the price of 1. Pizza out of here with the ult. That's huge.
down that one extra member, and that's why they made that swap.
He
Now
plays
Cal
Elsa
forced
for
to get off
Nightmare
the
Vision.
rocket, goes over to the Luna, no BRB, and now we're going to be able to play Patty Cake right next to the Invisible with Shield instead. Nectar gets Bedtime Story, and TSM has that BRB. Now this time from Pizza Demon says, all right, don't worry, Cal, I got you if you don't want it, but is it going to be enough to deal with this Daredevil?
Absolutely. June continues to find these early and often picks. Nectarize finds another, and this is going to be what could be the swan song of the early start of TSM. The Space Station Nectar, Thanos, as we call them, is snapping, finding one after the other. Gilbert Noodle's going to do the Desperation Abysmal, trying to find something of the Abyss Beast. Nothing with it, staying alive long enough, but not going to happen on.
Will you play Elsa?
Find
If Vision plays Elsa for Nightmare, am I playing Elsa, yes or no?
Now with Gale over to the quick Wolverine.
Rule is a Environmental Chaos. Pizza Demon does have that BRB, brings back Gale right afterwards. If Gale could also go for something crazy, it could be great. But somebody needs to look at this Daredevil, who is
What?
his fire.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go Loki and copy Elsa.
Them do with Sentinels. This team.
You're full
clearly,
Garfield right now.
Blast off to space, and we just
Yeah.
saw that. So great opening from them as an org, and really no notes. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, honestly, this is a lot of
Let's get this fuck ass interview.
Daredevil nerf where? Like we get to still see like Daredevil just popping off and still her.
Yo, Vicky, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Don't talk about fucking Daredevil. Get his goddamn name out your mouth, bro. The devs are gonna see that and they're gonna nerf him again and leave fucking Elsa and Hela and Jean to run over the game. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Oh my god.
So much of this backline, but it's also about wasting time, right? Splitting that focus is toast. We saw
Uncertain.
Alright, I'm sorry, that was mean.
Still here in his
Change.
But don't nerf Daredevil again.
That's for T in this dive.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're trying to get ready for our interview, and here they are. Nectar joining us for a quick chat. First, of course,
Did he just say, "What's up, cousin"?
What a dominant first showing. What the
Brain
prep
dead.
looked like heading into this match. How did you feel you're going to stack up against TSM?
Well, I think going into the match we were pretty confident. You know, I think all six of us, even though we were on like different teams and like part of different cores, I think we're all really capable players, and you know, I think we really put in the time, the effort this week, especially to prepare for the match.
Hey, Nectar, good to see you again, man. You know, I've been waiting to be able to talk to you, and we're back. It felt like it just, you know, came so quickly, you too. And so, you know, obviously got to spend a lot of time with you in China and I mean, all over. And I got to ask you, I mean, you were with Sentinels, right? Now you come here, you have a team of Intergalactic coming together, you know, Shroud X before that. You get Month from Envy. It's a little bit of like everyone from everywhere. What is the identity of this team? How did it come together? How is the team, you know, and the vibes as one?
Yeah, well, to be honest, like Month has been like my best friend basically for like probably like the past like majority of the last 10 years. So it's been nice to actually like finally be able to like play on a partner team with him, especially this night. So, and I think him and I really play well together. So that's helped us a lot. And I think just in general, when I was traveling in the off season, I really like the core. I like their ideas of the game, and I really believe that, you know, that we'd be capable of, you know, winning and doing pretty well.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nectar. I mean, you were popping off, right? In that
Is
last
Cozy
video,
in a
you
mental
just saw
hospital?
stats across the
Chill
board,
on
and
Cozy
you guys
right
were
now,
able to
bro.
Make that really quick adjustment. I love how you guys went over to the Daredevil to then focus down on the Rocket because that BRB was getting a lot of value. Looking forward though into day number 2, your next opponents are on the complete other side of a lot of people's predictions, and it's going to be against Team Liquid Citadel, I believe, for the very end of day number 2. Just looking at the way that you were able to pop off today, I mean, how are you feeling you guys are going to do in the current meta against a team that's as strong as Team Liquid Citadel?
I feel like the fact that, especially Doom and I, we're very flexible, and you know, we're both like willing to play whatever we need for the comp to work. I think that's a big strength that we have. So we'll just have to see, prepare well, try hard, same thing as usual.
Well, Nectar, listen, I said on a cast, I was looking at the team, and I was like, hey, they've got a pretty cool team, but Nectar, I mean, we called you Thanos, man. And it's like having you here is fun to put the team all together. Give my big shout out to your Vanguards, though. I thought they played tremendous this last match, too, and just had perfect flow and comms. So, again, just big congrats to you, and excited to see what else you guys have in this Group B.
All right, thank you so much. Always nice to talk to you, Cozy.
Appreciate it.
Great to hear from Nectar after they, together with their team, just got their first W on the board. Hopefully many more to come. And quite frankly, they looked so cohesive. Like, given the fact that they are just kind of...
Oh crap.
As I like to say, when he has the internal ball,
Bro, we're this far deep into the series and y'all didn't spam me? Oh my god.
With the quick Galartrox. But yeah, I do like some of these adjustments here from Energy Shock. The way they approach about it, Velocity ready to go with the copy. And it's going to be the internal ball. What a beautiful rotation.
Oh, I'm a little scared here, though. Velocity's forced to go back because they know that the Sonic Seduction should try to catch them, but a beautiful dismiss means that they stay alive and they stay on the path. The Galartrox
nice, blame us, do your jobs.
Field, by the way, trying to catch them on the right side. 100 Thieves were able to just navigate away, and great timing, too, because this gets to keep TTK's damage output with the beam.
Fat ass.
Yeah, but that was insane dodging from the Galartrox on Shock.
Yeah.
Like, that was like the perfect counter to it. Galartrox, yeah, finding nothing there. TTK is going to find Madara, but there's going to be the Galartrox in return. Going to hear that a lot. The release of the Galartrox, the Apex Predator, finds something, but nothing to come from it. Left hungry. Delena going to get the pick on Rinko, going to allow them to continue to push through this point. Very tough choke point here as TTK finds another. Vicky right now, 100 Thieves really dominating and showing why this is a new, maybe hometown pick.
And I like the
That was
awareness
a nice.
from Energy to back
Hold
away
it, bro.
because how long has TTK been at like 80+% on terms of the damage output from that beam? It's been very consistent.
Yo, like,
you know, with these nerfs.
have you played Slay the Spire too? I haven't played Slay the Spire at all, bro.
Self is waiting like an apex predator to find somebody.
The animal stalks his prey, right? And there's the kid now trying to find the best from it. Unable to come up with his prey. With it. There's going to be a quick pick, though, for Stinkers to Delena out at a crucial point with just
missing out right now.
Here.
Yeah, I don't really play any other games right now, bro. I don't know. This is just all I play. I haven't played another game in like 2 or 3 weeks.
He's going to try to find the there it is, a big one. Slam down. Oh, it's so close.
Unlucky wall.
Oh, but they
Unlucky
wanted to
wall.
protect them.
Unlucky
The
wall.
bubble coming in over to the other side too from Madara's hands, and that actually helps Velocity. Yes, he gets a copy, but he gets it from just slightly delaying things before coming right back around as Renko at least finds TTK. That's 2 members out from 100 Thieves. No Vanguard to hold the front line.
Kind of wanted to hold that one back from Stinkers, right? I don't know if you needed that exact Galartrox at that moment, especially given the time left. But either way, I mean, crazy, because Self had 4, they still had 1.
Do you think triple DPS is viable in pro play?
They would have had all 5 there.
It could be.
As the 6 was already
I don't
out.
think it is, though, but it
Velocity
definitely
now gonna
could
set
be.
up. This is a bit better for their defensive comp that they're going to try to have. Chime close to the Ninetales and ready for the Kuma hole. And Madara to follow.
Make sure you try to seal the QDQ though before he unleashes the Galartrox. Looking at Delena specifically, who sees the group wall, the follow-up. It catches Stinkers, but it doesn't catch the Fox necessarily. Trying to resustain isn't enough, and that is Energy Shock with a use of Strout ult, not helping them out on top of Window, who also pulled the trigger on the Manhammer.
So there's no way Vinny had that wall up, broke the
I
wall,
almost opened my
Galartrox
game
goes out.
client,
Like,
and it has like my match history in it. No one wants to see that.
That was
Animal
crazy.
lying in
It's
the
not
grass
looking
that you
good.
could possibly have in the setup. Insanity. But either way, yeah, that was great done. And why I think Stinkers would have definitely wanted to
You're
save all that
addicted?
ult, right?
I'm gonna win,
Madara
bro.
Also had the counter into Winnie's Eternal Bond, but just the way everyone was set up, no chance to do so.
Coming back and away now. This is going to be that open lane
Still in
opportunity to fight
GM1?
in the
No.
neutral. Chime is going to be able to get enabled this time around after making that swap up themselves. More triple strat that we were seeing
Why don't
before.
you win
Madara
instead of
does have that
losing?
Meteor M. It's going to be crucial to see. if
I
it can
thought
keep
about it,
playing
and I don't
that
know.
invisible boundary.
Yeah, good call out there. As right now, just giving them a little bit of a space and window. Going to find Self in the back. Nice little pick there to give them plenty of opportunity now to take this point right back over. 2 minutes, 24 seconds, which is a good amount. Now keep your eyes on the Doctor Strange ducky. It's hard to not look at it, I'm being honest. And the way that you have to kind of approach this point differently than others. As you guys know, with Madara's changes and Magneto's changes, in fact, making him a bit more of a selfish hero, his bubble becoming that much easier.
Are you
allowing
playing
him to be
Genji
a bit more
tomorrow? Yeah.
aggressive. Window fighting TTK right out of this thing. And
No, tomorrow's
a
just
little
gonna
bit of
be
a stagger
Hulk
thing going on
Spider-Man
in
mirror.
terms of 100 Thieves. Might have to reset
Every
even
map.
with that self pick, Vic.
Yeah, and the used
What
up
are good DPS in the wolf?
boundary misposition did not help out TTK, and that's
A gun.
use of strat that is gone. Delena, though, still here on this point and has a Glartrox ready before TTK comes right back around to boost up that damage. Night Terror Cape, though, from the other side is going to be a copy of the God of Mischief in the form of the Cloak and Dagger to paint the floor.
And look at when he's so close to match it now, and there's the quick, wow, Delena's gonna go in and get a quick hit there. The Glartrox comes out, but doesn't find anything from it. That's yet another one coming up empty. Forming a little bit too late there as Chime taking over the duties of Elsa. Self finds another success. And,
I'm surprised how much wolf
Vicky,
we're
that
seeing
was as
between these
perfect
two
as you could get
teams.
if you're a 100 Thieves fan, because look at what they have. The Groot Hug ready to go, the Glartrox to go off that, the Edge to throw the monster off.
It's probably because they banned Sue.
This is 100 Thieves to lose.
And
It's
is
like
perfect
pretty
that
good
you
in the
talked
cloak.
About, like the lack of Glartrox impact too, because now we have flipped the script. It's this time it's really
Wow,
trying.
nice game. What rank is this?
Rezaletta's really holding on to that button. Vinny gets
is diamond.
kidnapped though, avoids it from Stinkers, who does have that reset with the last stand. This time it's Delena's time to try to get more of that impact, but with the floor painted purple. Curly see Winnie just trying to keep everybody alive for 100 Thieves. We are Groots. A man of many words from Vinny clears out the spawn point choke.
You feel bad for Stinkers, who took them all on a ride with the ult there as Wolverine, but ends up paying the ultimate price there as Vinny throws down the ult. Here comes everybody from the portal, and just like we just saw before, the portal goes one by one. TTK gets Madara, now sticking closer and closer to this finish, finding their prey as the Apex Predators not even needed this time around as the invisible boundary goes up. Gives life more to 100 Thieves to continue to steal this point, but time is ticking, 19 seconds down. Every second that they can keep this thing on gives them more to fight back.
No, I mean, the King was right. Put Wolf in S tier right now.
That's why Museum was picked there, Vic.
Yeah, and you know what's really crazy too? It's very rare to tell everybody here watching for a moment. It's really hard to really complete that map on the attack. It's difficult, especially at this level of Marvel Rivals, and they did it. Yes, they don't have a lot of time to work with. They'll reset over to a minute if it flips to the other side, but that was insane resets that we saw coming in from our 100 Thieves. And by the way, that portal, that energy shock put down, was a doom trap, because not only do you have to worry about the trap on the other side, I see TTK like choke slamming somebody at the same time. They're trying to body block, so they're just staggered through, forcibly staggered if you were shocked trying to recontest.
You know, Vic, I've been putting my head together. I'm like, man, how do they all have all these animated icons? This is what I'm scratching my head. This is a separate server, right? I'm pretty sure that these are all just unlocked for them at this point. I don't know. I'm just calling it. There's an Atom. Maybe Delena's got the Atom, actually. It makes sense. Either way, I love all the flexing of aura these two teams have. And plenty of talent and confidence behind them. But yeah, I mean, this is
self-hitting the light hero pool.
Energy shock to show kind of what you can do with your back against the walls, and
legit.
you're going to approach this offensive approach.
How much AI does NetEase usually think? I don't know, bro. Never stress. Why is the never stress thing have the capital SS? Like, what is that? Like,
on the Elsa, while Self is going to be able to get the damage boost necessary onto Delena.
Absolutely. Gates open up, and here we go, folks. Can they match the 3 right off the bat? Rinko back on over to the Fox. Delena up and healthy. That's why that Mantis pick was huge. Self-play Mantis is something we obviously didn't see.
I have no idea, Jonah, but I don't think I can say
the
that.
Future is here, and Self, the 100 Thieves on the chest. Push forward. TTK now showing Mother knows best and continues to put the pressure on them, giving them the space early into this haul, which I think favors 100 Thieves.
Just so much damage output when you have TTK boosting up that damage and not getting focused. You're just letting this beam build up. But I also like the way that they back away in this time, right? They see the opportunity where now Energy are playing a little bit split up. They're looking down that lane, but they don't want to try to overextend because they know that there's
yo, why is Window fucking flaked instead of
their own backline?
Daredevil?
In some trouble, and it comes out on top. Window with the jump scare here together with Chime.
Yeah, we always used to say, right, Window opens up the window for the team to move forward. And, I mean, this is how they're going to win this map right here, right now. Stinkers over on the Devil, looking to scout ahead, see what he can find. Chime close to that Glartrox, and now see if they have that window of opportunity to nail that ult a bit better. Chime breaking kind of the map's gimmick, right? These force fields, my favorite parts of these maps. Here comes the quick portal. Vinny and the team into it right away.
Ooh, gets a trap though before Chime gets to reposition. I like this recontention that we're currently seeing, taking this slow, and Velocity finds Self. That's a big first pick here as they unleash the Apex Predator, and Vinny's on the other side.
Light, if you're triple support, you're on Mantis, you have a DD and Venom, you use all your leaves on them, like throw damage and heal both of them. If they're about to execute a hit, yeah, you can. If you're Mantis triple, like you said, but if you're 2-2-2, you can't afford that, you can't spare the leaves.
Have to try to slow this thing down.
I feel like chewing gum helps performance, I don't know.
They're definitely down on advantage. Pushing forward. TTK now on over to the Angela. Delena close for lunchtime. See how they choose to approach this.
Who plays Chuckles, Luke? Because Chuckles doesn't speak.
Can't play too unsafe.
And if you want to get a follow-up, at the very least, Vinny's close to the Eye of Agamotto, and Delena could just unleash
Neurogum is so far. You trying to mail me some?
But Madara, Beast of the Abyss, gets a tether first before getting the follow-up. The victim being the Invisible Woman, unfortunately, and even with the Glartrox getting sent out, may not find the impact that they have wanted because Self is right back over onto the Wolverine. They're straggling through just a little bit, but no one's really stopped energy. Look at this.
Light, are you watching this LSU versus Duke's women's college basketball?
Entirely, and they're still getting so much space.
This bus is zooming. I mean, absolutely pushing.
A lot of people are watching that.
Already. Every Q ready to go for Shock as well. 100 Thieves have to kind of use 2, maybe 3 here. Nothing too crazy. Quick Diablo appearance there on window, getting a quick trap, and there it is. Going to go and try to combine it all right here. If you NRG, send it now as Vinny gets 2. Chime going to be one of them. Got to get Chime out of there, but the ult's going to keep them up healthy. Rinko keeping the team alive, but it's Delena and Self, the duelist. 100 Thieves take 1 down, now 3. Finally getting the stop they need.
They put Renko in the microwave. That Kumiho Unleashed lasted for maybe 2 minutes or 2 seconds or so. That was unfortunate, but that was the one thing that allowed Renko to...
Yeah, I mean, 100 Thieves, it's either you first brought Gambit or first brought Elsa. Both are just broken.
Yeah, the one thing that's so tough about this map, Vicky, is there's so many corridors and so many things you have to kind of keep track of as a defense, right?
Both of them need to be hard nerfed.
To keep track of all the dive and the teams together at once on top of everything else you're trying to do, right? Chime's got that Glartrox already. Thieves used a lot for that first stop, 2 minutes 44 seconds. Now, Thieves' favor if they can just kind of keep this thing slowed down a bit, but obviously anything but that as Madara is going to be on the Venom looking for their first dive.
Changing things up before Vinny. A good chunk of that damage has some help.
The best way to nerf Elsa.
But looking at
decrease her damage by like 15%, and then increase her dash cooldown at max instinct. Actually, at every level. And then remove her ability to get shields from her dashes.
Everybody group up together. 2 KO now coming out in favor for Chime. Can we see a 3 before the Wolverine tries to get away? Literally one shot. They find him out and they clear up this point to get the second checkpoint.
Yeah, and Portal was already used, I believe, so they're gonna have to just let this thing tick on over.
Why'd they make nobody's broken except Gambit? Yeah.
They're already on it for that matter. So 3 minutes 18 seconds. This is where, at least on the defense approach, it gets a little
easier. No, Harvey isn't on a team anymore.
Vic. But again, that's why every second matters on your offensive push. Seeing what NRG has, window, Madara, that's kind of all they need. Vinny, hold on, Portal opening up in the back. I heard it from, seems like downtown. Vinny gonna get pressure on early.
They flip
Cycle's Gambit is a cool support design, and you don't get to see the character entire converse.
Up right now.
Yeah.
Here we go. The fastball special, though. We're going to be able to see him yeet out the Wolverine, or maybe yeet him back over to the spawn because Chime had his.
Oh.
Special, dude.
No. You got to strike real quick.
We're keeping that one. Yeah, we're definitely going to be using that in the future. That was definitely an interesting strat. I mean, yeah, they were pushed up a lot, so why not just go ahead and port onto the back? Now, that could come back to haunt them. Really, the portal's going to be tough to use here anyway because you're so close to set point. Vinny swapping on over to the Strange because of that. Self being closed, but man, NRG just keeps momentum. Window still has the ult ready too. Vic, I mean, they can get this thing with a minute left.
Yeah, they can, and TTK had made already that swap over to the Emma, right? Like, you're trying to force out the Angela, just trying to be able to help Yo for your backline too. Renko's got claws, by the way. We'll take on the Venom if they have to.
Who's IGLing 100 Thieves? No idea.
Kumiho Unleashed at the same time before backing out at the very end of the Cloak and Dagger Eternal Bond.
Yeah, the Eternal Bond's definitely doing its work right now, but there it is yet again. The Glartrox getting to find at least the one in Winnie. 2 gonna go now, both strategists. Now out of this thing, that's 4 minute 30. So this is the last fight in chance. No portal, obviously, going to be able to be used. Now, if you are 100 Thieves, you have plenty to go. Great stagger too, Wolf. So they're going to be a little bit unorthodox. Still time though to get together for one last fight, and they should be able to actually make this down to the wire, Vic.
Cozy. They got
Elsa gap.
more time, but remember, the energy are sitting at
I think
match
it's team
point,
gap.
2 out of 3. And they
I think if you get Elsa Daredevil, you
hungry, and
instantly like
Seekers
win the
letting
game.
Devil out before diving on to the victim. Unfortunate for Millennia, but that's why Winnie goes over to the rocket. The BRB is there. You dive down, and this is the turnaround that they need with the Side of Seduction, and they get it onto the point.
Yeah, there's only one on point. I was wondering why, but it's kind of full committing to that Daredevil approach and trying to get the best shot from them. Either way, 100 Thieves survives that test. Now 58 seconds and counting down. Vinny's got the Feast of the Abyss. Look out below if you're an Energy Shock fan. Quickly going to try to find what they can. If Chime goes down here, this is going to be their key to success. Now Millennia also going to be close to their ult as well. So this is going to come down to the absolute seconds. Millennia 82%. That's going to be their win con. If they're able to stay up 86, 87. NRG needs to put the pedal to the gas, but also doesn't have the weapons they need.
This could be our first 2-1 of the fucking day, boys.
At least going to match these.
We know what Window could do with the opportunity. He's already trying to isolate the backline. Nice push off though.
They just ult
Millennial
insta?
Wear
I mean, I
has
guess.
invisible boundary, whereas Velocity tries to get the freeze here. Vinny does get frozen, he even chimed at the same time. Somehow he is still alive. He held onto that armor before diving back to his supports.
Watch out for the Glortrox though. Chime's just trying to
This could go either way.
approach. They know it. They see it. Here comes the Feast from the other side. Going to come up empty as
And he's dead. He's dead.
Once
He's
the
dead.
claw up and slice up the best they will.
Yeah.
Rico close to the Nine Tails. Chime still waiting for that opportunity.
Oh, but both Venoms are fat.
Going down. That's
Oh,
what
they
makes
trade
it stand up.
positive though,
Looking
because
for the red is
Beacon.
huge here, Vicky, as the
Globtrox
comes
hits
out.
no one.
Tries to find something, has one in the mouth. Gets now 2 down. 100 Thieves.
Wait, they
Overtime.
2 died.
This
Wait,
is it.
what?
Oh no, but you finally get the Sia online. I like the swap up with the Sia a little late here. They lost it on 2, but it's still able to be stalled out. They need to take care of Renko right now, who has that sustainability. Monroe with the portal.
Are you
in
off the
their
map?
face, though.
No,
They
he's
get
fine.
the kidnap, but that portal's gonna try to block out one of their entrances, wasting even more time.
Oh,
Wait, Madara's fucking fat. Just go back to the car, you fucking fat ass.
2 reds of Daredevil. Twice now, Stinkers finds his prey. Delina has the Glortrox, but falls before they can use it. Energy Shock's looking to make this thing interesting. As now another goes down, the lawyer getting it done. Objection. We will have overtime.
The jury has spoken. And energy now, we're going the distance here. They have the extra time, but it's going to be a minute apiece, whereas now 100 Thieves have that extra 17 seconds on their name.
Dude, holy stinkers. Like, what? Like, you got the self-kidnap on Madara, and I'm like, well, chop it up. That's it. You have the Glortrox ready to go. No, not if the lawyer has anything to say or do about it. Matt Murdock going full crazy. That was awesome, man. That was a lot of fun.
Whew, yeah, W portal, by the way, too, because it also allowed Stinkers to pop off because there was only one direction, right, that the strategists have to look out from that window between the crack of the choke as well as that portal, so Stinkers was able to
Do we get
harass
Dogman
them
Shiv
still,
tomorrow?
even after that seal
No
was
idea,
put
bro.
down. But a great portal play to also try to deny them the space. Anything, right? So that way they could get to that finish line. We don't go to a map number 3 because Energy are still in this.
Yeah, and here's the thing. That was the same finish as kind of what we
Like,
saw
what
the
could
domination
100
in
Thieves
map
done better
one,
there
right?
to
I would
win?
say momentum kind
I don't
of
know.
Thieves
I'm like
there.
really tired,
And
and I
here
can't
we
see
go
like the
again.
full
Now,
overview of
like,
the fight,
honestly,
and I can't hear their
NRG,
comms, so it's hard to
They
tell.
can play a little bit more loose here because this isn't it for their best of 3.
Wonder
100
why Self
Thieves,
isn't
a
on
lot more
Daredevil?
pressure cooking on their
It's
side.
banned, beef.
Defensive effort first. Locking in. Vinny on the Groot. I like that decision, followed by TTK on the Emma. Winnie, they have Jeff open here. I would have liked the Jeff play, maybe, Vic, if I'm being honest. Obviously, too late for that now. Over the Invis, but plenty of options.
I agree. That's what I was wondering too, but they want to rely on the invisible boundary, it seems like. I also feel like Renko's been doing a very good job of protecting Velocity. Yeah, actually right there as he was able to teleport right on top of him. But it's also adding in a lot of pressure because Renko's literally been duking it down with anybody who's been trying to dive up on this backline. Self looking for a kidnap opportunity. Tries to find it before you see the Venom just jump all the way up on top of that wall. It's a nice little stall out in this neutral with these group walls really allowing Vinny to pop off.
Yeah, every pick matters here, especially as both Elsas are going to find one. The Monster Hunter's getting it done, but one being more important. That's going to be a big, absolute massive snowball that Energy continues to find. You're going to have this strange portal come out any moment here for the reset. But wow, what an
Did we get to
absolute
see
kill
Light
there.
Fanta tomorrow?
Into a
Yeah,
0%.
you're gonna see a Fanta mirror.
The only advantage right now that 100 Thieves can look to find. Vinny going to go over to the Strange Vic. They're going to come out of the portal. If Winnie can survive through this Vinny portal, then they're looking good to go.
Oh.
Get the initial bond out.
Hold up. Who we kidnapping? Who we kidnapping? Time is of the essence. Hold the line. And he gets it up.
What?
Makes the swap. What a big pick. Talk about a freeze 2 onto Delena before Madara rolls
How?
out with some style.
Aura points. Oh my god, if you're confused at all, Vinny going down.
That is
There's
alpha.
Magic. Kind of. Now Velocity finds another one. This team is getting it done. What an absolute showing here. Winning in the draft now on the battlefield. It's going to be an absolute show. No Feast of the Abyss, but Venom is absolutely feasting, Vic.
He like built, he has a in-game built-up rage meter, it looks like he's woken up, you know, and he was popping up earlier, but now this is where it matters. You want to get as much distance, which is so important, especially on this map. Even look at Window right now, who's waiting for the opportunity to just dive down after he used up this ultimate earlier, and now Winnie has the Eternal Bond. You try to get the kidnap, you get the Glartrox, and you find Velocity, you find Window next, and it's Delena who didn't pull the trigger yet.
That's exactly what they needed, though. They had to come out with something to get themselves a little bit of breathing room, because you fall at this point, you might as well call it game, match, finish. Delena putting the team into his own hands as he finds 4 now, and just like that, they're off the point. They finally stop the momentum push, but wow, did they earn that time, Vic? This is going to obviously come down to the very last minute. Vic, I got to say, looking at it, I think a lot of respect is given from 100 Thieves over to their strategists. You can tell with the bans, obviously. Clearly, I'm just a much bigger fan of Energy's game plan coming into both these matches.
I'm telling you, you gotta hold the line. The question is, though, Cozy, is the 17
Like, could you get BP to win above all? No, I'm not good enough. BP's broken. I just wouldn't be able to do it, though. Get PGE, aka the Dark Lord, on this Energy Shock, and they're 3-0. This is a true nuke.
I guess it allows you to have.
Yeah, we got a Truk on the line.
One mistake early on is kind of where you get the advantage, but then at that point, you then give advantage over to the Shock on the ult department. So you kind of don't even want to rely on the 17 seconds that you have extra.
Yeah.
So it's going to come down to that. I mean, really, we're gonna tell pretty quickly here. All right, can they get these neutral picks? Delena, you know, you are the duelist right now for this team. Terra's gone. You're what's left. You've added in Self. This is where it comes to, you know, start this new chapter for 100 Thieves. A lot of pressure.
A team that everyone was looking at to be on top within Group A now. Backs against the walls, down an entire game, looking to take this a distance, but Energy Shock are playing on another level, making sure the whole world is looking at them right now. Self rolling out on the Mantis, gets the damage boost as well. Millennia 2 out on the Adam Warlock, but it's something that they can't run. It's the Adam and Loki. Remember, the Loki was banned against 100 Thieves, so this is just going to be that one res that they have to worry about with TTK sticking to the Angela.
Yeah, I do like the Adam pick here. Millennia.
You jinx the 2-1? No, it's still winnable.
You know, as much as what we used to see from Delena, but obviously has all of it in the tool belt. But here it is. This is the early neutral fight that we've got to see kind of who's going to be the first to fall. Time is ticking so fast, but more importantly, the ult charges. This is why you go for the Vanguard tank pool, throwing on the backline ult right away, and everybody pressing W at once. Look at those health bars. Just decimate one after the other. Stinkers window. Everybody wants a piece of the pie, Vicky. Hello, spawn room. 30 seconds left.
I mean, Windows
what are you aiming at, guys?
This entire team out of existence with a huge ace. I mean, now they're nowhere in sight. We talk about that extra time that they needed. It looks like
all right, be safe, Hercules.
So they can collect themselves
catch you later, Beast.
Before getting taken out here. It's a reset, but look at Madara. He's waiting to dive down on this back line. Says 100 Thieves. Are they ready? I mean, Self is now on the Namor.
Yeah, the new
Self is on Namor? I have cancer if I'm Self.
Year two to end the day.
Wait, Fat Stinkers is dead. Yeah.
Let's get the pick on Stinkers. That's definitely going to help out that back line now as they push in, finding more on. They can get here. Namor in the squiz, aim to help as well, but it's constant attack from Madara on the symbiote over and over. They do get the pick there, and
Fat Madara's dead. Fuck.
They didn't use
oh, they're all dead.
Much to get those neutral hits.
Are you streaming it
and
tomorrow?
now you're lined up with a Vinny ult. Winnie's going to have theirs.
Or probably like a 2-minute delay.
We're just getting started here, folks. Still plenty to go in overtime. Expect the portal. Probably not as flashy as what Madara did to try to counter.
But in terms of ultimates here, this is going to go the distance because Velocity is also close to that fate of both worlds. Same thing, Millennia with the invisible boundary. You got to look currently, though, at Self, who may want to wait out for that here if you're looking at Chime who wants to unleash the Glartrox, because you've got the Horde of Proteus to go down, the Dance coming in next, and Winnie painting the floor with the Eternal Fun. You survive for now to let us still up here, and now you're currently focusing at this portal.
Wait, we
and
wailed.
choke, but Vinny
Okay,
is
never
going
mind, it's big. I was about to say
crazy.
we
I am
wailed
blue,
when he was like
99
75
blue
degree
buddy
roll.
before they desperately try to recontest.
Oh, absolutely here. They used a
Wait,
lot
we're
of
going to a
those
map
things
3, I
alive,
think,
but
guys.
not falling. They're
I don't think we have
finally now.
TP.
TTK throws on the Heaven's Retribution. Time is ticking. They cannot get off this point. They just have.
Wait, TTK staggered them too. No. They lost. They lost.
Over to them, and that should just be enough to give them the victory. Now going over to the bus. Time.
Wow.
Over 100 Thieves. Get the win. And
We
are
finally have a
now
map
victory
3.
for the first time today.
Rare map 3. Yeah, I can't believe it.
Holy hell. That was awesome.
Let's go, man. Final series of the day ends up being a banger. We were expecting this. We didn't jinx it. Thank goodness. No caster curse here, but our first game 3 of the entire season to kick off our series.
I mean, honestly, winning. So you lost the first neutral pretty bad in the first fight in overtime, and that the way they were able to win that second fight one by one, not using really anything. The Glartrox came up empty. I believe.
Bro, Chime has like 50,000 damage.
And what they had available on the ult side. Love to the Namor. I think that was perfect to counter that portal and some of the aggression play that was happening on their end. Vicky, I think it's overused, but it was absolute cinema. I try not to say that too much, but in this instance, that was a perfect fight.
And then he proceeded to get like 2 extra KOs following right after being able to pull that off, and then swapped over to the Venom, and then proceeded to just clean up whatever was
Yeah,
left.
no, legit.
Even with
I'm
that,
on
though,
BP.
100 Thieves were able to sustain themselves making these swaps. It looked like we were kind of playing musical chairs a little bit on the different heroes that we were seeing, but it worked out at the very end. I think Vinny also having a standoff moment at the very end when everybody's grouped up together, having to deal with the onslaught of damage from the brute walls. I mean, if we saw Window melt everybody down, same thing could be said at the very end there with Vinny and those wall setups.
Wow, I mean, I just gotta say, this is what I expected from these two, teams. We talked about Energy a lot and what they have as a unit of talent, and man, they were all over the board in people's predictions of what they would be to show up and show out. But 100 Thieves, they've been in so many of these instances. This is the most returning team to the America squad in terms of the roster mania. Been there, done that, they're ready for it. I mean, who changes what on their approach? Because I do favor NRG and the pink bands, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like what you mentioned too earlier is very important, because you talk about like the strengths of the strategist backline of 100 Thieves and what they're taking away from that, right? They had to work incredibly hard. Going over to the Rocket just for the sake of the BRB cozy was something that helped them out a bit. Do we see just stick to getting more of these, just aside from that 100?
I'm assuming based on Fox Twitter posts that FlyQuest hired some idiot manager coach that decided I need 3 European players no matter what, and counted, and a controller tank player, not named TTK, just didn't work out. He tweets that all the time. But he was on a rant today?
This is incredible. Like,
well,
the tenacity of 100 Thieves to grind this one out.
I'm not sure if I'm exactly allowed to give the specifics of the FlyQuest decision making on their roster, but I do know that they got their coach before their roster, so perhaps there's some truth to that statement, but I don't know for certain. They also can't have 3 European players. 2Z is not European. 2Z's American, but he played in Europe.
I cannot wait to pick your guys' brain and see what those teams have in store for us on our last and final map. For now, we're heading into a quick break, letting everyone have an opportunity to grab some water, hydrate, reset, and then we're diving straight back into the action, so don't go anywhere.
This is a good song. Guys, my kitchen is a fucking mess. I need a maid or some shit, bro. I feel like this is like such a competitive season of Ignite, bro. Like 100 Thieves energy is really close. Swamp's looking really good. Sin had to play Swamp, so they didn't look as good, but I guarantee Sin is like really good as well.
Welcome back to Marvel Rivals Ignite preseason in Americas. This is day 1, but I feel like I lived 10 lifetimes watching those two teams going at it, because 100 Thieves and Energy Shock are taking us all the way to map 3. Vicky,
all the way to map 3.
That. We spoke this in
no, these I think they actually cooked on making these best of 5s. This would be crazy. Like take forever if this was best of 5.
I mean, it's been absolutely, crazy from what we've seen from both these teams. Gotta give a big shout out to Winnie and the 70k bomb of healing that they were able to pull off. Cloak and Dagger. I think
is it Winnie? I swear it's Winnie, bro.
Looks at Velocity's very good at adapting and getting this team ready for it. And I want to give a shout out to Madara, because obviously the flashy play, but also just like as a player, I saw a lot from them when they were Dark Zero pre-LAN, and then at the LAN, I feel like Dark Zero struggled a little bit, but wow, really showing up today as well, Vic.
I definitely agree. When you go the distance, that's something you could expect. Like Winnie with that 65.2k out here, like still managing to make the swaps that they did and maintain, like 9 KOs on their side. This is like the closest we've seen between these two teams, because we're also getting like these last minute meta swaps to also go in with a recontention on like ultimate resets that would benefit more of these faster charging characters that really were able to stall up for as long as possible. But yeah, we saw even those crazy plays from Madara. It wasn't enough though, because you're still dealing with the peak of 100 Thieves right now that are still trying to adjust themselves, with Self also being on the Namor for the very end.
Let's talk a little bit about Self and Self's performance. How do you guys feel Self is slotting into this team? Obviously, big shoes to fill. We've seen him on a variety of different heroes in different roles as well already in this series.
Oh. Yeah, honestly, the team has a different identity to it. I think it's really what it is, right? Like, I can tell that from night and day already, and it's almost more cohesive in a lot of ways. There were some times I thought just like some mystery heroes going on. Like we had a lot of rotations and heroes trying to find like something that clicked. I think that was just adapting. But what a Cinderella ending to what is this day to have Shin Shibuya as the last map. Are you kidding me?
Shout out Shin Shibuya.
I see Vicky slowly dying.
Goated map.
On camera.
That's personal bias, honestly. You know how it is, so I always gotta talk about it. These chokes are so brutal, but you know what? If the Museum of Contemplation played out like that on the attack for both of these teams, that means that Shin Shibuya's choke is going to be even more interesting to see which of these one picks is going to start off most of these fights to get through that really narrow choke.
Cozy, what do you want?
Light, are you Indian, black, or light brown?
What do you expect the teams to play?
What do you think I am?
Fun fact, shout out to Harvey, man, miss you. But Harvey and the Mutants that were now 100 Thieves won their first MRC on Shin Shibuya against what was Nightmare, then Sentinels. It was kind of the opening stage for that team to kind of blow the doors wide open and become 100 Thieves. And so, like, they're going back to their hometown, which I think they're actually completely comfortable with. Obviously, NOG picked the map, but they're like, hey, we have a lot of history in this map. The defense is going to be very heavy, which could change a lot of these picks and bans. Honestly, I kind of lean the needle towards 100 Thieves and their bans a bit more on this map, though, if they're going to stick with that same game plan. I kind of like that more. We'll have to see, though, because it also opens up the same doors of dive and a lot of playground to have fun with. A lot of playground to have fun with if you are the aggressive type, which they are.
Do you guys expect to see the same strategy here? 100 Thieves, they pretty much banned the same stuff and protected.
Are you
themselves,
Hispanic light?
Twice now in a row.
Definitely light brown. What does light brown even mean, bro?
I think the Loki
Maybe?
saved, Vic. I think Loki might be
Yeah.
saved. I think Loki's huge on this map. Lanterns indoors, go to the building for point 1.
Yeah, and you also like what was it? They protected the mantis, I believe, very
Oh, that's
last
right.
for
They
100
did.
Thieves. That was like the only change up though. But other than that, like literally the bans for against energy was very similar to the way that they were approaching 100 Thieves specifically. So I think we stick to the game plan. It works out on Shin Shibuya a lot. It really comes down to the way that we're seeing the duelists kind of fare off against each other. You asked Zoe how we feel like what Self is doing. It's really hard to fill Terra's shoes. He's doing a great job at showcasing the flexibility. You know, if the Wolverine's not working, you got to slot into something else. We even saw Self, I believe, roll out on the attack originally. Oh, rather, it was a defense on the Mantis, too. So that way you could provide that extra damage boost before we even saw the Namor swap up, too. And that's what I love specifically about Marvel Rivals, right? You're not slotted into that one specific role. You have to showcase that flexibility. And TTK has been forcing out this Angela a lot. It worked out at the very end, honestly. It's very disruptive. But I want to say that Vinny really stepped up that game, and we got to see that going on to this final map.
We also got to see TTK on Emma Frost. I feel like we're just getting fan serviced here, like by both these teams. It's actually quite nice. I'm here for this. Cozy, we talked about it already in map 2, right? Heading into that one. Like, if the matches are this close, you really don't want to like just throw the scrapbook out of the window and like do something crazy here. But if they were to do something crazy, which team is more likely to like throw something weird into the mix?
Ooh, that's a great question because I think both coaches and the decision makers both have that personality, and so you might see that a bit. You know, my guess is it's going to be coming from the side of 100 Thieves. I think they have kind of the same formula. The first.
Who do you guys think is going to win? I've been informed that Energy is going to win, so I'm going with Energy.
Forced to make those
All right.
adjustments.
Check
But,
the
you know,
bingo
one of the
card.
reasons why
What
this is
bingo
such a
card,
great
Beast?
defensive map is on that point 1 with that inside building, and it allows you to play a bit different. And I think 100 Thieves have a bit more of the team comp that's designed around that approach. So NOG's gonna have to come up with something a bit different on their end as well.
1-1 the score. They're taking us the distance. This is map number 3 in our last series of the day. 100 Thieves versus Energy Shock.
Is he peeing? No, I was cooking.
All right, okay. I just want to say right now, Cozy, as we
Why is Alvin
the best
the
series that we've had
Chipmunks
in
always
game.
on the commentary for
So
this?
he
What are you
asked,
talking about,
I
bro?
want to see something crazy. Who do you think is gonna kind of throw that out
Like your
there?
mic is on? I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, imagine we just.
I
want to
hear the king twinkle.
that would be quite interesting. I mean, talk about the wrench over to the side, something that maybe teams wouldn't expect, but maybe somebody could dream here. We got to see how this plays out because Gambit is still stuck in jail.
It's like the Cap coming out of the portal and the Mjolnir Avengers Assemble. It's a fan service. Zoe set us up for it. We might see more of it. But no, Mantis ban going to come from 100 Thieves up top. So sticking with what they did on the last successful map. Going to go with the Elsa ban. So if you are tired of hearing Release and the Glartrox, well, buckle up. You got a whole nother round of it. This map going to be interesting, though, because there's a lot of corridors and buildings. So you don't have as long of a time. Outside of point 2, you've got that long kind of narrow, way that you can have the Glartrox. And you have the off the map point, but this will be tough to hit, Vic.
Yeah, the off the map, like by the health pack over to the other side of that lane, right? And okay. Okay, they saw it, and I'm happy about this. I was saying, Window's been a huge problem. We literally saw all their health bars disappear before our eyes when they were originally coming out on the attack. They don't want to deal with that threat anymore, especially when it comes to trying to enable your back line.
Yeah, that was such a huge adjustment and change, to be fair. Looking at what they could do.
I want to see Self on Daredevil.
You just said it. I mean, Window.
Well, you're not going to see it this
overtime
series.
Hit showed every reason why Tank
Uncle, you win
so
every match.
important,
Going to try our fucking
to
best,
have
bro.
down in the meta right now, and they get the Mantis save. There's the Loki ban. I would think Loki would be the ban from 100 Thieves here up top. Potentially, Venom going to be the save. I think that's huge for Moderate. Obviously, what we saw in their plan of attack. They've got Jeff available, so Jeff ban would also make a lot of sense here, especially with.
Why doesn't your team play?
Though. Don't take the bait, Vic. Do they end up? catching the shark or the
Uh,
I feel like I would.
We play
I would take
tomorrow.
the bait. I don't know. We're gonna see because we got the team up
Oh,
now
the
available. But they
devil.
don't take the bait. They don't take the bait. Yes, they don't let the devil out, and they get that final ban. No daredevil for Energy Shock, especially when they get away with the Elsa. We've been seeing that Elsa 1v1 duel. We were calling it with like the ego check between these two duelists.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, hey, Zoe just asked, what team is going to pull off the more surprising pick or ban? I had a gut feeling that Remix was
Self Elsa
with the team, and it really wasn't hard to do the homework on that last match. It's like, gee, well, what really gave us struggle there? The guys in red, get them out of here, and they did.
I don't know why Self would play Elsa over Delena though.
He
probably isn't.
Putting together for the team here. It's going to be 100 Thieves on defense first. This is going to be the lineup that they've got rolling. You're going to have Self on the Namor, which I like this pick. And stick with more of the same. When are you going to go back instead? We're going to see if they go to Cloak. And okay, we got Winnie on the Invis. What they have.
Okay. TTK sticking to the Emma, it looks like as well. Bit different, so that way you could try to choke out what you could expect from the other side if they have the opportunity. Maybe opportunity onto Chime, but if they're expecting Window to roll out on this
I love
group,
this map's music,
you already
bro.
know that TTK being on the Emma is going to be able to get that damage boosted early onto the beam just by trying to farm those walls.
You got a win tomorrow for the community. Gonna try my best, bro.
Always a portal. Typically to open up Shibuya, there's a lot of portal play. Just because of the way that this map
They're
is
playing
set up, right? We'll see when they decide to use that.
Elsa,
get a little bit of a neutral
Namor with Venom.
Starting right away from day dot. Stinkers on the quick long range.
Bro, TTK is on Emma here. Like,
access to the devil anymore.
this guy actually only plays 3 characters. He plays Emma, Angela, and fucking Strange. I guess Mag too, but like.
Could aid them pretty well in this matchup.
Again, you only have so many bans, right? It's Energy who are rolling out with Velocity being on the Loki, so they'll be able to have the God of Mischief into the Invisible Boundary. Talk about Brood Walls, though!
Yeah, we're just on useless fucking Emma, so we're just fucking touch, bro. What's up, Photo?
Make way, I'm the one moving in here. Being on the grid is no problem, no damage boost for any Emma here for TTK to shine. Instead, it is Windows time to close out the gap and clear up this free real estate.
Yeah, and if
Another
you can
one.
try to hold it, they're not going to be able to touch, though. And yeah, now moderate. Okay, very interesting on how they approach it. Yeah, go ahead and hide in your building, by the way, and we'll just wall it off and shut down and close every window. Vic, what a call, what a call.
He's building his
He plays
own
Tank Pool?
house
I've
here,
never
and the
seen that man
community
play Tank Pool,
rolling
bro.
right behind him together with the rest of Shock. I like these swap-ups, though. Okay, so together now to Delena. You said who's going to throw something out? All right, it may not be the VP that we're looking for, but it's going to be Delena on the side. Like, they're letting Self now be on the Elsa instead.
I haven't seen Delena on. It's been Midtown.
Are you going to play meta to win, or are you going to double down on team's identity?
It's been a long time.
What is my team's identity, bro? No one knows our identity besides people who play against us.
Being the newest map, NOG looking like they've practiced it a bit and why they selected it. Pushing already any point on this map favors the defense. And so it could be a whole.
I guess Self doesn't play Psy, that's why.
Get a team wipe first to start that train, Vic. And right now, if you're NRG and you're ult tracking, just keep the foot on the gas and Window, get up there.
Why is Emma useless here?
They burned TTK so hard that he was forced to use Diamond Form just so that way he could use
just
the
like
to get away back to his team.
I don't know, you just sit on cart and you just get walled and you can't play. Like, I don't know, you just get shot at. Like when Cafe Rose was playing, there's 34 in BC cheering for them, screaming when they won their first game. It was so loud in it. That's fire.
Not even through the invisible boundary, and that's a big pick.
Good for them.
Won't be around to utilize that strategist ultimate.
Oh my gosh, they're just having their way right now with the 100.
The identity is Care the King.
All locked up in jail. No one's.
I don't know, bro. I'm just a
And now
child.
it's just gonna continue the stagger. Get out of there. Run and hide, Venom. Run and hide. And here's a quick counter that they're gonna try to roll up Delena. The slash and dash. Getting something from it now. Gonna go ahead and force the ult on Rinko. That's the best they got out of it. Velocity finds success as well. And this could not be going better for Energy Shock.
This is crazy. They're just sitting on the cart shooting them and they're losing. Like they're playing double hit scan, just shooting them.
Currently have Window who's about to have Strangling Prison. Chime too with that Apex Predator. They've been non-stop from the very beginning. They are at 4 minutes.
Benny's on group.
55 seconds on the clock.
Delena needs to. What is Delena gonna go here?
Was 3 minutes. This is 5
Elsa?
minutes left
They go
on
Groot
the
triple.
whole
Oh my god.
third part of the map. So I mean, look at this.
This is why this team is worse this patch. It's all making sense now because they play like they just really like playing triple.
Really it's going to be
like triple
just
support
complete upload flooding,
and
and Chime can put an end to this part of the point as well. This
just
is
like
the
Pope,
last part of the choke
which is
that's
just
really
weaker
gonna
this patch
favor
because the ult changes.
Thieves, and they have to keep it here.
And also
They have
Emma
to
is just
be
worse.
competitive
Or not
for
Emma,
this last part.
Elsa's worse.
Look at
with
this
the-
wild Apex Predator with the Garchos and the wall right behind him here too. Just so that way he can be in a better position.
Oh,
and
wow.
they let Chime unleash. The shackles have been broken. The Invisible Woman is fighting for their lives, but there's only so much you can do when you're left alone, and they still have not stopped.
This is on old patch. This is
The
season
aura
7
points
patch.
that NRG Shock gets. You got the portal. Now you have like the somersault cartwheel off the bridge into the Galar.
No, they TP'd spawn doors. It's over. No. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. They cap. They cap. It's over.
East Point. Shin Shibuya, welcome back to Ignite. My God, we missed you.
Oh, this map will drive some on the edge of their seats because nobody's there
Wow.
to push off. No invisible boundary. Disappear.
Wow.
Back to the other
Wow.
side of the map.
3 minutes.
This
and
might be
36
Gojo
seconds
versus
left. It is
Mojito
an
as a
absolute
goal.
disrespectful time
Those
to
are the
be putting
bits,
up on
bro.
that board. That is crazy. Coming out for NRG
Wow.
Shock. They did not. I think they just taped.
Yeah,
the
how
W's down
worthless
on the
is
people,
fucking
and
Emma though?
nothing-
Like,
I
oh
think
my
Winnie got a
God.
pick maybe on the first point, like, and then Delina as well, like on the second. That was it. There was nothing going Thieves' way.
I was gonna ask Cozy, like, have we ever seen 100 Thieves, even with this different iteration, like, you know what I mean, like Serum Bucks, etc. Have we seen them lose?
well,
out
your source
that
might be
hard
right. Like, yeah.
a
Yeah, I mean, shout out that
dominating
guy.
time pool in the favor of another team? Because that was a different look entirely. I think this is exposing 100 Thieves for the lack of flexibility that they usually get to lean on when it comes to running out with the Jeff, right? Like, is this something that Winnie feels comfortable going for him? Is self-comfortable being able to flip-flop between what Delena likes to play? Because you want to enable the player who's been having that MVP performance, force Delena off, goes over to Psylocke, and then proceeded to just unfortunately get steamrolled.
I will say this, they played Sentinels long ago on Central Park, and Sentinels had a 5 minutes on the clock time. It was beautiful, it was crazy. 100 Thieves held the whole thing and ended up winning. So, I mean, I'm not saying that this same thing's gonna happen here, but, you know, they've been against it maybe once before. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be tough. And here we go, we got Madara looking for some fun already. As we see the eye of the portal ready to go, and there it is. Does he find Vinny? Goodbye!
He sacrifices his fucking recontest portal for a kill.
Gotten 3 of them in the
I
last
swear that's
2
horrible.
games. This being the last one.
I
can't.
swear that's
can you imagine,
horrible,
like,
bro.
the confidence boost, the momentum shifter that is as well for
Which
Madara
season is
being
my
on the fringe
favorite?
right now before we see World War II. Kind of looking at Vinny, yes, he's on the Venom, but it's like on
Season
the
0,
real
I think,
earthquake.
Lily.
The dip is insane when we were expecting elsewhere.
Definitely season 0.
No, for sure here is now Window.
The game was
If they
fresh and
continue to
new, and
rotate
everything was
back into
awesome,
this,
and the
with
team ups were
the
cool.
spin to boot. Gotta love it here. Nothing like it, but in Marvel Rivals, with the rotation over, Winnie now going to be on the Deadpool really opens up some of their strats that they can try to pull, and it's going to be a bit of desperation strats with that much time on the board. Here it is, Neil already up and ready, trying to use that aggression with it. Vic, this is right now just a stalemate.
Okay, hold on, seeing the flexibility though, because we
Yo,
have
you
Winnie
fat ass,
coming
Window.
through
You're
on
getting
the
shot from the
trap pool,
side.
Following up to find Window to Staggerfest in a very different look here, but it's going to be NRG who do lose out onto number advantage in favor for 100 Thieves. And Millennia is about to have the invisible boundary. They want to save that though, but they're playing very split up if you're looking at NRG Shock. Unless Madara goes crazy with an Eye of Agamotto before diving down. Can he find one of the strategists from the back line here? He uses the Eye of Agamotto and finds Self and Vinny. That's big onto Self specifically because Millennia doesn't have invisible boundary anymore. Oh,
Yeah,
but
crazy
the
boundary to keep things going.
Renko,
for the
you
team.
fat
They're
ass.
right
He
there
ate-
trying to
he ate
stack
no
the
one,
train
bro.
and set up. Them not able to get the portal back, but Madara gets the pop on Winnie. Trades quickly. Self gonna go ahead and find the best.
Oh my God, they're
Green team,
winning.
Vinny finds another, and just that.
All right, it's fine. We got TP back. We got TP
Window
back.
Open as Venom is trying his best
Kappa.
to keep that cart there. Spider Zero will not be stopped though. Heading to the point. So not as perfectly clean, right? If you had 10s across the board for NRG Shock, there's like a couple 9s and a 10, but not a bad 0.1.
But the thing is too is that Shock are also giving 100 Thieves a little bit more time to like get set up down the lane, but Shock are also gonna have that same time to look down at what 100 Thieves are gonna do. Whereas on the other side, when Shock was on the attack, they were pushed up very far up. They were rocking the perfect composition for it, and they still have Chime and Window that could go in for a follow up.
No, for sure. And NRG could just play this so different with the time that they had available and, you know, on the board there with 3 minutes, 30 seconds. They're able to play their push, the aggression that much different. Even the comp, right?
Nice.
Self does find window, though, through that with the Soul Resurgent coming up with the Glar trucks to follow. This is a great job from them staying alive through it. That's going to be Winnie and Delina finding more success here. So with a old disadvantage, 100 Thieves again are able to go from 0 Thieves to like 50 at this point. They're at least getting halfway there. 3 minutes, 34 seconds, Vic.
Again, Winnie with the flexibility here does have that trap pool ultimate ready to go. S tier already.
TTK isn't on
Yeah,
Emma?
NRG
Yeah, he's on
they have in
Angela.
store,
Like,
they don't really have any of those
he's on
abilities
Angela
to
into Sue
get
Strange.
God of Mischief, actually
Fucking
very close
double
together
hit
with
scan.
Franco,
Like,
where they could utilize that Venn diagram with a double invis ult, whereas TTK searching for his victim before getting the scoop up the shish kebab as they want to stop the Elsa. Beautiful protects here for TTK. The controller player himself now tries to get in the follow-up, another wall to allow them to try to reposition here, but it's going to be Window who gets harassed the most.
Crazy that no one fell through that Glar trucks too, because they got a good bit from it. Now forced to go ahead and rotate all the way back here is 100 Thieves. They were moments away from this point, and that is exactly really what NRG just needs to do.
Ange bad into Strange. It's bad into Sue Strange because the Strange can pull the grab off of himself with the team up. And he can pull it off of other people. This is a really good copy, actually. I like this a lot.
He's got ult and Heaven Retribution, but time is ticking.
Honestly, Velocity really had no other choice there, though. He popped the God of Mischief very early, unnecessarily, and kind of just put it down so that way it doesn't go entirely to the waste. But could have held on to it, honestly, seeing how they were able to restabilize here. Renko at least has
Was
that
your
invisible
TTK
God
on here?
to try to match that with Millennia.
Yeah, this is where it gets tough, though. 2 minutes left, and you've got
like
some
anything, bro. Like, fucking.
Really, they're just trying
they don't
to
have
stay
tank pool,
alive
right?
because
Yeah,
even
so it's not
odds
tank
people
pool, so it's
coming,
like
Heaven Falls, Retribution
Venom
ready to go,
isn't
so they're
bad.
punching that back line. The
Mag
Phoenix in
isn't
particular.
bad.
Let's see what else they can find, but right now just have to rotate out. I mean, there's not much they can do here, Vic.
Cap isn't as good.
We're looking for through the invisible
Just not
boundary.
Angela, bro. Just not Angela, Thor, or Rogue.
Let's get saved for now.
Even
That's
Thing
right.
isn't
He's
bad
still
either, bro.
alive.
It's
So
not like
invisible boundary
good,
here
but
from
it's not
Millennia,
like.
at least to help him out. And also called out
Like, you would be
exactly where the
Thing into
Guards are trying
fucking
to pin him
Elsa
so he could
Jeans
at
who'd
least
take
get
like
the extra
meat,
help.
but you have
That was a
triple.
magic trick, though, right? We saw Delina
And
throw
you have like a
Glar
good
trucks
tank
in, and then
matchup
out
between
comes
both their.
Chimes,
Like, you
and then
punch
Vinny gets
through
hit up like,
Strange
what
Shield and
is
bully
this
him.
witness
You do a
from
lot of
the
damage to
invisible
Groot.
boundary? But just like this, yet
What are your
again,
preds for
another thing
tomorrow? No
happens, and
idea.
it is NRG taking it to 100.
Yeah, see, now he's on Emma.
The
Honestly,
favorite
Emma
in
is
the
fine now.
region, showing why
No,
they're
Emma's actually a good pick
feared
now.
in
My
this
bad.
group
Emma's good.
Of death. I mean, this is why it's a group of death, Vic, and why every team has such a huge shot to show what they can do.
And something else that we have to pinpoint, Cozy, I just saw it there with Madara. They have the team up, the new season team up between the Doctor Strange and the Invisible. To pull in the extra damage there really have benefited themselves into just a slight stagger. He's got the Eye of Agamotto. You know Madara's hungry. I saw him jump up in the air, and everyone knows that's when the Doctor Strange
enjoy.
wants it the most. But Stinkers with a beautiful snipe. Phoenix still on the table is able to get another pick.
Yeah, Mental's in the dumpster right now. You got to completely turn this thing around and try to keep yourself alive.
Is there controller
That
player on
42
your team?
seconds
Thank
has
God,
played
no.
Absolutely perfect, but nothing
Holy shit.
to give. I mean, look at even their choices on the ult front. NRG's got enough to bring down a graphics card, while 100 Thieves just has Winnie and Self, right? So just trying to stay this thing going.
Is it gonna be enough? Maybe cut the mouse while they're at it here as well. See if they can take any advantage because they got everything in the books. Renko's close to that invisible boundary. Velocity's got the God of Mischief ready. And 100 Thieves don't have their own invisible boundary. They need to get big on this wombo combo between Vinny. Vinny's gonna be able to try to get the follow-up right afterwards here with the Deathpool before diving down. And Song Inferno for a
He
reset.
still dies.
Well, Vinny
Wow.
goes down,
They
though.
stack support
100
also
Thieves
save him, and he
only
still
down to
dies.
5 of these members.
Soul Resurgence keeps him up a bit, and here comes the Agamotto available, but 50% in cut is just gonna not be enough. TTK trying to get something from this ult, and with it, time is ticking down. 100 Thieves in desperation mode. Glartrox comes out, does find that prey. There's the side to be out, but gonna catch the building. Now coming back to the point to the boundary, kept alive. Chime finds one, Winnie's down. More to follow. Self gets another. Vicky, right now, NRG is shocking every 100 of those Thieves.
Wow.
It's over.
100 KOs, maybe, as 100 Thieves bow out in the best series of the day to end our first day of America's Within Marvel Rivals Ignite.
March Madness, Marvel Madness, I'm burning all my brackets. I mean, at this point, you don't know what you're going to get, and I'm all about it here in the America region. What a performance and what an opening day across the matches, but especially from the teams that needed to show exactly who they are. Man, I'm sure NRG Shock is absolutely just thrilled to bring on that huge W for the team.
Imagine
upset.
Put some respect on those predictions, right? We got our eyes bookmarked on everybody else, like we heard earlier from Sparty, right? And then now you get to take a look at the results.
Maybe they went with Terra. It's impossible to say, bro.
This so perfectly before we
They'd be a completely different team. They'd play different shit.
Right? Like we'll get the protect on the Loki if you want to come out of this. Velocity going onto this Loki helped out so much. It felt like we were still playing hero magical chairs here, music chairs, on the 100 Thieves side, trying to see what slotted in, what works out, even rocking the triple strategist in a different variation than what we may have expected would have benefited them with the Jeff.
No, for sure. It's a game of adjustments too, right? It's like, all right, hey, Window, you don't get to play Deadpool. Stinkers, no more Daredevil for you. And they're like completely fine. I mean, Stinkers didn't give a dang about the devil on that one. 25k damage up and 10 eliminations.
Zanji, thanks for the raid, buddy. Congrats on your win, man.
It was a firm statement across the board of this team, and we saw it, and we've talked about this so much. You know, it's interesting because you have some teams with a lot of talent all come together from different teams of the past, and then what's the makeup of that new squad?
If it makes you feel better, bro, I said that you guys were gonna win. I said Fly should win, but I thought that you guys would 2-1. But I also said that you're cornballs. Which I still think you're cornballs, but who cares if you win, right? Why are we cornballs? Because you play fucking triple tank, triple support every game. That's all you play. You just play zombie. You just play Nazi zombies, bro.
Are you stunned? Are you shocked?
No, I'm not shocked. Thank you. Good job. Well done.
I tried.
So proud of himself too. No, but I mean, like heading into this last match, quite frankly, like I liked what I saw from 100 Thieves a lot more in terms of like their ban and lock.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, okay,
like if you're winning, who cares?
A little more convincing than Energy Shock, just having the attack round of a lifetime, like so much time left in the bank at the very end of it. They made it look easy, which is crazy to say as they went up against 100 Thieves.
It's not a lot of time that we could call something early, but with 3 minutes on the board, I mean, it is being down, you know, a lot because you have so much to overcome. And kind of what I was saying mid-match there, you're able to play different defensively once you have.
Don't worry, I'll be watching tomorrow. Nightmare versus, yeah, we lost a fire game. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Also just aids the play style.
Ranked is still terrible. Oh, I know.
Yeah, I agree.
I know, Beast.
Now you also, I feel like, have way more slots that are able, and by slots I mean like the players are able.
Just lost to a win trader.
Influence what these changes are looking like, and a lot
classic
more diversity, at least from energy side. And
all right, chat. I'm gonna go get some good rest, recover, get some good sleep. Drop a nuke tomorrow for the boys. Play my best. Thanks for the raids, all the follows, the subs. I appreciate you guys.
Fantastic moments from the individuals. I mean, it was chime time as well, right? Some slick acrobatics.
I'm heading out. I'll catch y'all later.
Individual, I feel like on that team had their time in the sun. It was a lot of highlight-worthy plays.
Yeah, again.
See y'all.